What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I am your host, Shaun C. Welcome to a Friday night jam session. We haven't had a Friday night jam session in a while. And if you don't know what a Friday night jam session is, it's a live stream in which we come on here Friday night, kind of, not as structured of a live stream, just us BSing around. I actually have a topic for you all tonight, and the topic that I have is just based upon the things that I'm seeing, and I found it unique. There's a channel called, I want to say, Black Guru, right? And I had no clue that he had put out a similar idea of a video, but it wasn't even that I had saw his video. I didn't see his video till today. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I watched like the first minute or so, and I was like, shit, that's pretty much, our Friday night jam session topic. And I can understand how he came to the same conclusion I did, because I was looking through some of the clips that I've pulled lately, and all I could think of, gents, was that, like, modern women are horrible. Like when I started thinking about it, I saw a number of clips like over through the course of the week that I kept hearing about. Well, why men don't want to date, why men aren't checking for women, all these different things. Even women blaming men for everything going on, which we've been talking about here on this channel over the past month. And I'm willing to give the women credit who, actually are standing on business, have something valuable to contribute. But I went through a period where the only thing that was popping up was a pattern. And the pattern I saw was just these terrible people. I've always said on this channel that modern women are not wife material, right? Like, I say it all, but there's a number of modern women who are not wife material. And just forget wife material, okay? If wife material was the only problem, I think that there'd be some things to overcome, right? But I'm saying it's going past just wife material. Like, they're just horrible people. And P and I, typically, something that we've been talking about on Partners in Crime, and that's the podcast that we have together. If you're not subscribed over there, go over to Partners in Crime. And honestly, I just put out a video. We just put out a video over there today, and it's a funny video. It's funny. Okay, I didn't even know how to title it, but I know we had a good time just laughing at dudes putting himself in very sus situations. And I wish that's gonna be like part one of two, because some of these dudes out here just like, damn, dudes, what are y'all doing? Like, even not having a full-time dad around, just having my stepdad and the other men in my life, like, who raised y'all, right? Like, anyway, just go over to that channel when you get a chance. Not right now, but later, right? Hopefully P can make it up here tonight. I sent the link to him. I'm gonna see if he got back to me. Hopefully P can come up. Oh, shit. Well, yeah, my bad. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and that was to the wrong person. I don't know who gonna get that, but it ain't gonna be P. Hold on real quick. He sent me, I apologize real quick, but he sent me the right Gmail account. All right. Uh-oh. Yep. See, I would have messed that up too. Okay. I think I got it right. All right, let's see. There we go. And then live stream link. All right. All right. Hopefully this is the right one now. So I sent Pete a link. If he gonna come up, he'll come up. But here's the thing, man. I'm going to start us off with a few clips just to kind of set the tone, for what we're seeing, okay? So check this out. Let's listen to this young lady here this young lady right here is actually going to talk about something that women always say. Women always say that us as men have better options because there's so many pretty women out there and they don't have that many options. Tonight, I intend to prove something that we have we have just as few options, if not more, than women. Even though there are statistically more women, we actually have fewer options. And I'm going to prove that tonight. But let's see what she says.
This is what women don't understand because they say like, you know, oh, men have more options than women because there's so many gorgeous, beautiful women. No, men have just as much trash to siphon through that we do because there are some really trash women. But men have more options because men don't have as many disqualifiers as women do. We disqualify men for their height. We disqualify men for their weight. We might disqualify men for their pockets. We might disqualify men for their zodiac sign. We disqualify men for so many different things. Whereas a man he'll date a woman at Wendy's. He'll date a woman that is a CEO. You know, they don't really have as many things that are keeping them from dating women.
Oh, let's see what he said.
Women make the man the prize because they have such high standards. The whole like the over 6 feet, you know, make over a certain amount of money, you know, things like that.
Right. For a top 1% man, that you you're skim milk and you're asking for a top 1% man. Like, stop.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, this next clip I'm about to show y'all. Hold up.
The Economist.
So y'all may have, let me put myself back up on the screen. You all may have been seeing lately that Zoom, not Zoom to Thailand. Shout out to my brother, Zoom to Thailand, Richie Mack. But MTR went to Thailand and he's been talking about his time there, how, you know, he came to the realization that we are getting ripped off here in the States, that we are not getting the same quality of life as some of the other places, right? You all have seen that. This is going to start off talking about men traveling. But the reason why I have this clip in here is because it's going to do a quick run through about how terrible the options are for men. Check this out.
The Economist ran a piece on passport bros. Basically, these guys who go to countries in Latin America or Southeast Asia to date or marry women. And the comments are pretty predictable. These guys are gross, they're predatory, the losers back home.
Check this out, y'all.
Here are my 5 non-negotiable standards for my next partner that I am.
I got chlamydia and had to tell my boyfriend about it, which was a little bit awkward because I didn't get it from him.
I weigh over 300 pounds and I want to get even bigger.
Because I'm pregnant with another dude doesn't mean that your responsibilities as my husband don't apply.
I'm a reformed cheater. How much does a guy have to make a year? He gotta make the bread. Fuck that. We need the bread.
I a guy with stage 4 cancer. Rest in peace, Jake Marshall.
The statement is women are just as physically strong as men, to which you circled that you agree.
I'm stronger.
Tomorrow is the day that I'm finally gonna be stoning the driveway.
She was peeing on the ground, y'all.
I've been running through the
Yo, crazy. Insane. So I'm going to just put one of these up here on the screen. A reformed cheater. Jesus Christ. We're going to get to that later too. All right. Listen, I just wanted to show you, like, obviously there's weird dudes out here too. Not going to lie. But I'm saying that for all the shit that women give, that they're all 10s, that they're all better, right? Men are terrible people. Women are just flawless, right? They're all 10s. They're all the perfect beings. I want to show y'all just a smidgen of what men have to deal with. But you know what? I have a clip that I'm about to show y'all here in which this dude says that he has found something better than women. Better than women. Better than money. Check this out.
What's better, crack or women?
I say crack.
Why?
Because when women be up and down, crack always there for me. A woman would leave me, crack would never. Just try it sometimes. It might be good for you, but you try it sometimes.
I put listen, I put that last one in there because at this point, at times, it's really hard to tell if crack isn't worse. If crack is worse than a woman or a woman is worse than crack. It's hard to tell. I mean, listen, a woman will leave you high and dry. A woman will leave you wanting to just stop life. And crack will low-key make you into a superhero. Like crackheads do things that normal humans cannot pull off. And I don't know why, but there are more crackheads that live to get to old age than if you try to do everything right. Try crack. I'm just playing. Do not do that shit, okay? I am just playing. Not an advocate for that. Just saying. Yes. Shout out to you, 17. He said, boat will mess your life up. That is true. Hold on. Before I get to the comments, let me go ahead. Before we get any further, those were my opening clips just to give y'all a taste of the insanity that we're going to see tonight. But again, I cannot do this channel without you guys. The reason why we have these Friday night jam sessions is because of you. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. Like this so that more people know that we're having a Friday night jam session. And in Friday night jam session fashion, your boy is drinking an old fashioned, okay? I got the circle cube and everything, right? So I know and let me just say this, because a couple people are like, man, why you got to wear the muscle shirts when you do the live stream? And I'm like, man, why are you even worried about that shit? But if you are, my air conditioning is on the fritz. They're not going to have the parts for, who knows, a few days, a week, who knows, right? So I have the fan on up above, right? They fixed that so it's low. You're not going to be able to hear it. But I got this on so I can stay cool and continue to do this live stream. But the cool thing I got, and I didn't get a chance to tell my girl this when we was on the phone, but if you're listening, baby, I did get the hammer pants, okay? My hammer pants came in. Now, y'all might be saying, hammer pants? Yeah. So I got the whole big-ass Arabian pants. And, you know, maybe when I've had enough drinks and I got to get up, I'll show y'all. But I got these big-ass hammer pants. It's crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, though. I'm going to have to get another pair. They are so goddamn comfortable. Like, I already wear linen pants around the house. That's how bougie I am around here, okay? I'm talking about, I got my bourbon, and I got linen pants that I wear around my house. Yes. That's where we're living at here in Casa TSG, okay? Casa TSG. Shout out to the gents. Let's see who we got up in here. Again, this is a Friday night jam session. This is where, hey, I talk shit. We just have fun, right? Preston says, what up, Shaun C, TSG, big homie, big brother homie, and an uncut Player City peeps. If I'm tongue-tied now, woo, I got to slow down on drinking, right? First in line, shout out to you, Preston. Thank you for being here. He said, salute to you and everyone in the chat. That's right. Thank you, gents, for being here. Shout out to our boss. He said, oh, shit, Friday night gent session. Let me tell y'all something about the Friday night gent session, okay? If you can see down in the tickler, right, where it said, hey, if you want to be a sponsor of the channel, tonight I urge you to consider even a $2 holla helps. Here's the reason why I'm saying that. Because with these Friday night jam sessions, most of the time I cannot turn on monetization for the video because the shit that we talk about, I can't really say. So right now we're doing okay. I don't know how the rest of this is going to go. Preston says the Wakanda chain. Yeah, I decided to wear that. My beads and stuff, right? Tried to go. But I did that because I'm wearing these goddamn, tan, brown hammer pants. And I was like, you know what? Let's go with the brown beads tonight. Let's go with the Wakanda Forever chain. Shout out to Wakanda Forever. That's right. Shout out to the late, great Chad Bozeman, right? Checking the gents in the chat. Shout out to you. All right, let's see. We get down. Modern women have officially lost their Emma effing minds. Oh, we ain't done. We got more. They blame men for absolutely everything, but except men to do everything for them. Yep, you're gonna see that tonight too, Preston. You seriously wonder why men don't want to approach these women anymore. Oh, you're gonna see tonight. All right, and Preston also says, hit that like button, gents. Let's get sick with it. That's right. Our boss says modern women are a definition of a new age virus. Same destructive ways with different stands and faces. Oh, you about to see. Y'all about to see tonight. You definitely can't reason with people who can't see reason. That's true. The Richie Mack attack. David, shout out to you. He said, call masculinity toxic, then demand it. When I first, shout out to you, David, for being here. When I first started doing this channel, one of the first videos I really started getting into, or one of the ones that actually, my first video that got flagged by YouTube, I remember it, was me talking about toxic masculinity. And the argument that I made about toxic masculinity is that toxic masculinity cannot exist in a world that we don't talk about toxic femininity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Masculinity in and of it by itself is not toxic. Okay, masculinity is not toxic. So throwing the name with it, the negative connotation on masculinity and calling it toxic. Toxicity is toxicity, whether you're a man or a woman. But sitting here trying to downgrade masculinity and calling it toxic is the reason that we're in the position that we're in now. So I'm sorry, David, I get real passionate when it comes about talking about masculinity because it is not toxic, okay? If that's the case, there should be something called toxic femininity. But femininity is not toxic. There are toxic men and toxic women, toxic people. And on this channel, I will continue to call out these behaviors, okay? I don't know any of the people that's in these videos, but let's assume oh, cheese. It's a running joke. If my woman's listening, she'll know what it means. That was the first time I sneezed. Anyway, it's inside joke. Hopefully she's watching and she'll get there. Okay? What did I just watch with all those so-called women? Our boss, I don't know what to tell you, man. Craziness. Whoa, what's that in? Shaun C in the chat, how about that last clip? Yeah, that shit's crazy. About the crack? Yeah. Both will mess up your life. Yep. Dude got his priorities somewhat right with crack. No matter what you do, it's still not why. Yep. Truth Music, shout out to you who say fire. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. They just some haters. Yep, I see y'all. They want you out here looking like LV from Gangsta's Paradise. So I be looking Black Panther with the necklace. Yeah, that's right, man. I want them to put me in one of them goddamn roles, man. Just playing. I do not want anything to do with them Hollywood shits. You got some fresh Aladdins? I do. I got the Aladdin pants. That's exactly what I'm wearing right now. And here's the thing. I don't think they cost that much. I think they were like, I don't want to lie to y'all. So it was either $17 or $30. I don't know which one, but I know I'm getting another pair because these shits is comfy as fuck. Not gonna lie. The only thing I would do is just get a size slightly bigger. And not because of the waist. It's just I'd want them to drop down on my ankle about that much further. It's not that big of a deal, but I usually I'm wearing, it wasn't XL or anything. It was like about waist size. So I'm wearing a 38 waist. I would probably move up to the 40 waist. So just so that I can get the longer pants leg. But I ain't gonna lie, these Aladdins are tight. I know, right, brother, homie TSG. Tell the MNF haters to mind their business. Shout out to MW4479. He said, Ohio in the house. Love the show. Appreciate you, MW. Thank you for being here tonight. Look, there's a Friday night jam session. Once I get through the last of these comments, I want y'all we're going to raise a drink and then get ready to start talking shit about these about these video clips. Hey, Coaster Snobs, what's going on? He said, what's up, brothers? Great to see you, man. Thank you for being back here. I think I see Edward around. Edward, Shaun, have you seen the cognac by 50 Cent called Branson 505? It's $30K a bottle and $2K per shot. God damn. You got to see the video of the guy trying it at the bar. All right. Let me get the notepad out. See where we at. Yeah, let's get the notepad out. Because usually if we have extra time, I don't care how fast we go through the clips, but so let's see. Branson. Damn, who the hell buying bourbon like that? God damn. That's crazy. Yo, let me tell y'all, man. I got so much to tell y'all, man, because I went out of town last weekend, a week ago. Well, today's Friday. So a week and a day ago, I was in New York City with my woman, walking around Times Square. We kind of wind up settling out in Hell's Kitchen, just kind of walking around there. And she and I love old fashions. And I swear we had the best old fashions ever. And I told her when we get home, I'm going to start making our old fashions, okay? So she's gone this weekend. At some point, I'm going to go to the store, gather all the ingredients, and then when she gets back, I'm going to show her my bartending skills. If y'all don't know, I was a bartender here in Vegas, and I'm going to try my best to make an excellent old-fashioned. Now, back in the day when I was a bartender, I made amazing old-fashions, okay? I'm just hoping that my skills are still there, all right? David says, here, woof, woof. For those who don't get the LV from Gangsta Paradise Restaurant, meaning they want you out here sweating, Shaun C. Oh, yeah. My bad. Yeah. Of course they do. Thank you for saying out loud. They expect men to be masculine when they're from the. Oh, yeah. Okay. Truth bomb, David. And then cheers, gents. Okay, there we go. Our boss set it off. Here's to the first. We haven't had a Friday night jam session in probably about 2 months. So I apologize about that. Shit was busy last month. Plus, as y'all know, I was trying to get back on track. YouTube has been hemming up probably all of your favorite content creators. We've all been kind of going through it. I got to say, though, the channel's been doing well. And I think for me, I stopped worrying about, like, obviously I care about the views because that continues to get YouTube to push this out to more people. And the more people it gets pushed out to, it keeps the channel from dying. But the other part is, I love that I've loved the topics that I've been able to cover. And I love that you all are supporting all of those topics. And let me just say this before I raise this glass up. Thank you so much. This is why we have the salute to you all, right? We do the shout out section. I want to shout you all out for supporting these videos. Thank you for supporting these live streams, man. The live streams have been doing extremely well. Y'all been supporting these videos, and I have been really like these kids out here, man. Like, seriously, as a father, as a brother, as a son, just seeing how bad it is out here with these kids, I just thought it very important that we talk about these topics, okay? I already have Monday's topic ready. I haven't organized the clips yet, but just to let y'all know, I got some heat for y'all Monday. And right now, the working title is, "This is Why Men Are Done." And the premise of that video, I just want to tell y'all now, just to give y'all a heads up, the premise of the video came from one video clip. And it was a young man who calmly just talked about why he was done. And I read y'all comments, and I said, I think I can make something. I want Monday's video to be y'all voice. Essentially, you're going to be listening to these clips, but I want it to be y'all voice about certain of the things. The other thing that's in that video that's going to be on Monday is there are women who are actually like, I get it. I get it why men are done. And so all of these topics connect. if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like this video. Again, salute to the gents. I never took a drink, never took my drink yet. Ah, that's good. All right. Preston says, vodka and trees making cheese for me. Edward says, salute. Okay. Preston got his glass up because we're revealing female nature is the crackdown. That's it right there, man. Yeah. Clark County in the house. Yeah. Shout out to Clark County. Yep. We up in here. It's hot as hell. I will say though, thank God where I stay at is a little shaded because the house is staying. It's not as cool as it could be, but it's okay. It's going to be fine. And I'm glad they fixed the fan so I can have that going during the live stream. All right. Yes, TJ broke the social contract. Yes, we about to see it tonight. All right. We got a lot to talk about, and we got a lot to kind of chill out and talk about too. So I'm going to play a series of clips, and then we're going to talk about them, okay? So normally, I might talk after every clip. Right now, I'm gonna let them run. And we'll talk about them on the backside. Check this out.
I'm not gonna lie, like $10,000 right now would be like what I need. 5 bands, a band. That's what I need. That's what will make me happy and change my mood. A stack, a band, and 500 for lunch. 500 for the Botox. But yeah, I want $10,000.
I want to say something right now, but I'm going to hold off. Let's play the other clips real quick and we'll get to this.
And another thing, it dawned on me. The men are mad. They're mad at the bad bitches because we don't gotta do nothing. We don't gotta do nothing. We just gotta show up and be and live and breathe. And they're mad about that. That's what it is. Because in order to achieve the same type of attention we receive, they have to do the most. They have to have a bad bitch on their arm. They have to have a watch on their wrist. They have to have the whip. We literally don't have to do nothing. We can show up in Shein and a bald head, and we're gonna literally do and take it. Like that's it. We don't. That's why they're mad, guys. They're mad because they have to do the most, and we don't gotta do nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna break my own rule. I gotta say something real quick. Ma'am, we ain't fucking mad about that shit. We are not mad that y'all just feel like you can show up and then people just give y'all shit. We are not mad about that. Matter of fact, it feels good as hell to know that when I work hard as a man, and then I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. That shit feel good. That shit right there make my shit hard. Okay? And I'm it's Friday night jam session, so I'm gonna be real with y'all. But ladies, y'all priorities ain't our priorities. What we care about ain't what y'all care about, and vice versa. And I think y'all misunderstand us. It feel good to know that we can do because we done did. Do you understand what I'm saying? It feel good to know that I can do the things because I did the things. Do you understand? Y'all want to just show up and have people give you shit. And then you just like the old swole ass lip woman that think that somebody's supposed to give your old hot dog neck ass 10 bands. And we're supposed to be okay with that. Man, okay, I told y'all, I'm sorry. I did not mean to go off yet. We have a couple more clips. I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't hold that back. Ooh, I haven't even finished my first drink yet.
Oh, okay. So anybody that looks at you as being regular, that's not the type.
Absolutely. This ain't nothing regular. Do I look regular?
Yes.
Bitch, you look regular. You a highly unremarkable bitch, for real. You like a 5.5 or a 6 out here, bitch.
Oh, y'all think I'm done? I got one more. Now, This right here, I'm not even gonna click on it yet. Let me tell y'all something. This right here, I saved this one for last because this is one of the most unremarkable women, and they all think that they is shit. But here's the thing. You ready? Let me. You ready? Check this out.
How do you know?
This bitch's titties is sweating. Her titties is sweating. You can't make this up. I can't make it up if I tried. She on here about to say some shit. That outfit look dirty as hell, and her titties is sweating. Let's listen.
Relationship?
No,
Why is that so?
because they're bum bitches. They're broke, no ambition, don't know how to treat a woman. I'm bougie.
Oh, okay. Maybe he can afford you.
No, he can't afford me.
So what places he usually was taking you to?
Some bum places like Applebee's.
Now, where would you rather go to?
Like a steakhouse, a good steakhouse, a fancy restaurant.
Longhorn?
Oh, I used to work there. Women shouldn't work.
Can you stay at home?
I'll stay at home. I'll be a great housewife.
You'll be a great what? Okay, it's time for me to get on there now. This woman's titties is sweating. Y'all gonna have to. I cannot turn monetization on. I've already passed the threshold, I'm sure. This woman is covered in tattoos. Her hair looks like, God damn, she look like she just been sweating. Just nasty. That outfit she got on, gents. Let me put myself up here. This outfit she got on, gents, looked like it was her childhood skirt that she tried to fit back into because she's like, I'm a princess. Let me put this shit back on, and it don't fit the right way no more. And she talking about a housewife. These women are 304s, and they think they could be housewives. Oh my God. And then she tried to diss regular men. They don't know how to treat a woman. You ain't a woman. You is a thought. You is a 304. You is a pass around. You is a bust down. Oh, let's go back.
Oh, okay.
Do I look regular? Yes, ma'am. You look like you got an ass whack of makeup on. There's look, I don't mind a woman putting on makeup. But I also I don't even notice when my woman have makeup. Well, I do notice when a woman do have makeup on, but I will say that, like, when she take it off, don't even think twice about it. Because I love my woman for her. Okay? But these women nowadays, gents, they put on the makeup, and I seriously be looking. I be trying to see that. Try to look under here because I got to see. I'm looking for like old ass. See these razor bumps? That's what I be looking for too. I be looking for razor bumps. I be looking for a big ass goddamn golf ball down there. Let me tell you something. If you watch our video from Partners in Crime, okay? Today we talked about, for my people from New Orleans, y'all know there's an end of Bourbon Street that you don't go to, okay? Because that's where the punks be. The punks be at that end. And when I see a woman with too much goddamn makeup on her face, I assume she should be down on the Mortal Kombat end of Bourbon Street with the punks. I just assume that shit. All right? Extra average. I like that. Shout out to you. Nation within a nation. Yeah, man. Extra average. Edward says they're either average at best or below average. That's what I'm talking about. Couples like, damn, YouTube is gonna ban this entire chat tonight. That's okay. I ain't got to put on this is a Friday night jam session. Rarely do I ever turn on monetization for this. Okay. So I'm going savage. A walking broke lady with sweaty titties. She looked like she suffered from sleep deprivation. Oh, did I miss this? What is it? She's a bucket of KFC covered in Pookie-licious carousel seed. Oh my God, Grimace. That's a good one. That's a good one. Why is that dress suffering from perspiration holding it together? Talk about the last woman. Everyone said she looked like she just left the anime convention and was outside in South Florida. Yo, TSG, you killing me with these girls. Oh, I got more. I have more. Couple said, I saw a girl that looked like her at Wingstop. Yo, the one chick, the last one talking about, what I look like going to Applebee's. You right. You're not even worth Applebee's. You look like the taco cart down the street. You look like the dude that's selling the oranges in the bag. Hey, you want an orange or something? Because you look like you hot and sweating. Let me get you an orange. Hey, man, how much this cost? Yeah, I got a couple bucks for you. There you go. Let me get that bag of oranges. That's what she looked like. Yo, look like she looked like, let's go take a walk, but like not in my neighborhood because I don't want to be seen with you. Like that kind of shit. Let's go savage. No punches held back. You speaking my language. Salute to the gents tonight. Yo, you know what? I got to be careful. I do not want to get drunk tonight. I did go to the gym today, so I'm breaking my rule. But damn, when I get drunk on these live streams, man, it just get crazy. I be slurring and shit. I don't even get drunk normally when I drink, go out drinking. Imagine looking like that and having standards. Yeah. Pushing the taco cart. Give me 2 bags of oranges. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, let's transition. I'm going to transition to the next. I actually have these videos sectioned off, these clips. They're sections. Let's see what this one is about. Okay. Damn, did I put this in the right order? Okay. Yeah. I did. Okay. I forgot I changed it up at the. Hold on, let me catch this last one. The Hamburglar. Let's get ready. Yo. All right. I got the next clip. All right. Let me put this up on screen so I can kind of set this one up. Now, one of the complaints that we get, gents, when we try to talk to these women is that they say, why won't men come up to us? Why won't men talk to us? And then you talk to them and you try to compliment them and they got a problem with it. Check this out. Ladies, real quick, any ladies watching? You might be watching. I'm about to show you the next 2 videos. I put them together on purpose. If you look, this says 2A and 2B is going to contradict exactly what she just said. And you want to know why men don't come up to women no more? I'm about to prove it to y'all right now. Check it out.
You know what I think when a man calls me hot? I don't feel flattered. I feel reduced because I know exactly what that means. It means you looked at my body, you made an assessment, and you decided that I met your standard. And you want me to feel grateful for that. I fucking don't. I don't care what you think about my body. I know I'm attractive. I've spent my entire life being commented on, evaluated, touched without permission. So I don't give a fuck about what men think about my body. You shouldn't either.
Oh, God. We got another one of these. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, gents. I went down to the comments of this video, and the comments were savage. The dudes was like, nobody complimented you, ma'am. And it's like, the only reason they touched you was to push you out the way. It was bad. But some of the more serious comments, and I'm going to be serious for a second. You came on here to downplay someone giving you a compliment and these arguments that they make. In one moment, you want to say, why don't men do the things they used to do? Why they don't compliment? Why they don't come up to nobody? And then you'll get on here and you will make it into a whole, why are you complimenting my body? You all look at men for looks all the time. If the dude ain't at least 6 feet, y'all don't want to talk to the dude. You don't want to talk to a dude you won't even talk to a dude that's 5'10". These women will look at a man who's 5'10" and say, and she 5'2", and she be like, he's not tall enough. Like, what? You'll have these women that's like 5'6", and the dude is 5'11", and she'll say, I'm taller than him. Or if I put on heels, I'm just going to be too tall for you. What? What are we talking about? Y'all judge us all the time. Matter of fact, if y'all now saying these men are busted looking, men aren't handsome, men aren't cute, a lot of men are just ugly, okay. And then when the dude is handsome, look good, take care of himself, then y'all say, oh, he's sus, or he's goddamn, I can't think of it. What's the thing they be saying all the time, man? They're not sus. They don't say that. They say, God damn it. The thing that they always say, right? Like, basically, they're trying to accuse you of swinging the other way, right? And because you look good. All these dudes are like women because they trying to out here look good. Wait, what are y'all talking about? Like, the contradictions is absolutely insane. Let me catch some of these comments and we'll move to the next video because I want to show y'all the contradiction in the next video. They are not looking at her body. They're looking at those ears. Oh, leftover stale cookies in dumpster slaughter city. This is why I stopped hitting the like button on their post a long time ago. They're all delusional. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all about looks and height to them. Yep. Right. So it's all about looks and height. But then she complains that you look at her body. Like, are we kids here? Ladies, we look at y'all. Yes, we're going to judge your attractiveness. This shit has been going on since the inception of time that a male looks at a woman. A man looks at a woman and he finds attraction or he doesn't. Animals in the animal kingdom do it. This is normal. And these women are fighting against nature. So now I'm not supposed to find you attractive? God, y'all, how about a bag of onions and call it a day? The ladies are now looking for their own validations and their own illusions. Nothing good comes out of that. Our boss, that's a good point. This woman right here basically wanted to come on and find a reason to make herself feel better. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me too, gents. Check this out. It wouldn't surprise me if the reason why she even thought about making this video is because somebody called, said something to her, right? And she didn't like the dude. So she's like, well, I can make a video about that. But she wouldn't be making this video about a guy that she likes. See what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell y'all might can't see her up close, right? But this woman is average. And them ears, she could take flight. If they didn't have those holes in them from all the earrings, she could flap them shits and fly around and make a living doing that shit, man. Seriously. Because you told men to leave you alone and don't approach you and still complain. Why men don't approach you, 304, snorting too much blue magic period coke. Shout out to Lee. What's going on, Lee? Good evening to you as well, man. Thank you. T. Lamore, shout out to you. Say good Friday, TSG. T. Lamore, great having you here. Thank you for being at another Friday night jam session. Let me just say, again, hit that like button. Let more people know that we're here jamming out. Tonight I have, oh, damn, my ice cube. See, that's how warm it is in here. My ice cube is not icing no more. Let me add a little bit more bourbon to that real quick, and I'm going to catch David's comment. Hell yeah, man. Let me add a little bit more to that. I can't put this on screen, but you can see it's the bullet pre-made old fashioned. How much left in this bottle? Yeah, okay. After this bottle, I'm done. Because I ain't trying to get sauce tonight. I'm just having a little fun. Okay. Here we go. David says, shaming, blaming, deflection, projection, crocodile tears, and thirst traps. That's how they try to control you men. Yeah, absolutely. It's a manipulation game. Absolutely it is. How about the simple fact that you degrade men and disrespect men, but you expect the same men you disrespect to take you as you are in your delusions? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's get back on track here. Let's get back on track. Now, I told y'all that this woman says she don't need you to look at her body and all this stuff. Check this out.
The next man
to enter my life literally has to kiss the ground I walk on, worship me, yearn me, give me my autonomy. Obviously, I'm not going to cheat on you, bro, but you're going to let me live my life and you're going to be happy for me and you're going to be my yes man and you're going to provide for me without making me feel like shit about it. Like, the next man that comes into my life is going to be a fucking unicorn. And if that doesn't ever happen, then I don't want to be with anybody else, because I'm going to be so freaking picky and so particular with who I date and who I give my mind and energy and body to. You are literally going to have to make me want you so bad. And you are going to have to make my life so much better than what I can provide for myself. If you can't do that, I don't want nothing to do with you. If you cannot make my life better than what it is right now with me and my kids,
you and your
providing
kids
for myself and providing happiness and love and calmness and peace in my life, if you cannot do that, I don't want anything to do with you.
You and your kids.
Now, you would think she bullshitting, right? She is dead ass.
Really?
She dead ass, bro.
Yeah, she is.
Fellas, have your fun. Take your time. And I promise you, the next one's on the way.
Let me back this up, because I did not listen to this full clip, gents. I'm gonna be real about it. I was more listening to the contradictions that she made about having a man worship her. And I'm just gonna play it real quick, right up here.
The next man to enter my life literally has to kiss the ground I walk on, worship me, yearn me, give me my autonomy. Obviously, I'm not going to cheat on you, bro, but you're going to let me live my life and you're going to be happy for me and you're going to be my yes man and you're going to provide for me without making me feel like shit about it. Like, the next man that comes into my life is going to be a fucking unicorn. And if that doesn't ever happen, then I don't want to be with anybody else, because I'm going to be so freaking picky and so particular with who I date and who I give my mind and energy and body to.
Yeah.
You are literally going to have to make me want you so bad. And you are going to have to make my life so much better than what I can provide for myself. If you can't do that, I don't want nothing to do with you. If you cannot make my life better than what it is right now with me and my kids.
That's it. Y'all are fucking delusional. Ladies, y'all are fucking delusional. Excuse my French, but Friday night jam session. This is insane. And what's insane about this shit is the level to which they want the next guy. They done made all of these mistakes, and they've made all of these decisions in their life, leading to a variety of outcomes. And a lot of times it was a lot of bad outcomes because they were having fun. And then now they gave up their body already to some dude, which is why they get on here like this and make these proclamations about all these things that they themselves cannot uphold. And I heard someone say this. I think we all know it, but it's really good that we acknowledge it while we talk about these behaviors that we see tonight. All right? When you listen closely to modern women on the internet today, everything is about what you have to do for them. They never, ever, ever, never, 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 ever, never, never, never talk about what they provide to you. To expect that another human being is supposed to do all of these things What are you going to provide that is going to be comparable to that other than your used ass WAP? And as I saw somebody say, she's a used Ultima Lee. Shout out to you, Lee. Lee says she's a used Ultima 300K miles. Yes. Like, in one instance, a woman is saying, don't look at me. And this other one says, I want you to worship the ground that I walk on. I need y'all to understand something. This is just my thought process and perspective. And you don't have to be, religious, spiritual, none of that to understand what I'm saying. If there is indeed a God, okay, I got to say it that way, a God is out there. Shout out to God. Thank you. Thank you for everything. God out there. You imagine, from everything that I've read in the Bible, my Bible coming up, when you hear these women talk, ain't it the most vain shit that you've ever heard in your life? Ain't it the epitome, the epitome of everything that God did not want you to be? And this is why I say, I know heathens who at least, I'm not saying they're perfect, but I know heathens that walk a better line than these modern women. Because what's the end game? What's the end form of a modern woman? It's a spiritual woman. It's a reformed spiritual woman. After she'd been ran through, her heart's been broken, after she's been broken down to her studs by these men that she's gonna have requirements for you, but she never has requirements for them, and she done went off and she done had her fun, and then when she tried to get serious, the man she got serious with, he used every drop of her, left every drop on her, drank every drop of drink she got in her house, used her car, took her money, did all of these things. And yet you have to be so remarkable that man doesn't exist except in their fucking heads. That's what's crazy about it. Let me show you. So here it is. You're trying to date. You're trying to go on these apps. You're trying to find somebody serious. Let me show you how twisted these women are that think just like her.
I love being evil to men. Sometimes late on like a Friday or Saturday night, I go on what I call a Hinge rampage, where I match with just like a bunch of guys on Hinge and then rile them all up to the point where they're like, come over, come over, come over. And to all of them, I'm like, yes, like send your address, like literally on my way. And then I just shut off my phone and go to sleep and wake up to a bunch of messages the next morning saying like, where are you? Are you coming? Are you coming? Are you on your way? And then I just unmatch them and go on with my life. And that's all for tonight, baddies.
I have a bunch of videos saying, get off of Hinge, get off of the dating apps now. They are playing you for fun. These dating apps are a power trip for these women.
Yes.
They are on a perpetual power trip because they know that they're getting a ton of attention. They know that they have a ton of likes. They know that this is sometimes, and listen, frankly, for some of these women, if these dating apps didn't exist and social media didn't exist, they would get like almost no attention.
Yeah. They would have no attention. Think about the woman with the sweaty titties. You think she getting attention without social media? Yeah, there's a couple of drunk dudes that will maybe do something with her. But do they really want to? I mean, other than just have a little fun? You know, she's a little dirty with it. Other than that, I'm going to say something that's going to seem insensitive, but you're the end of the night I don't have any other better options. And I want us to never speak again after something happens. And I know that sounds cruel. And I know y'all have never heard me talk that way. But I'm telling you, I had a whole different version of me out there. That dude was not a good dude. Hurt people. And I was fucking hurt. I was hurt by people that said they loved me. So I just didn't give a fuck. And I'm going to tell you, when I didn't give a fuck, gents, it was a lot easier. I'm not going to lie. It was easy. That's how I know how fucked up these women are. Because it's when you're the asshole and you really don't give a care, it's so goddamn easy. When you care, it is fucking hard. It's almost like you're too safe. You're too safe. Let me catch a couple of these comments and I'm going to get to the last clip in this segment. Again, I'm just trying to be real. You might not like what I say. You might not like how callous that is. But I want to prove a point. And the point I'm trying to prove is some of us could be that dude. Tell you, you've grown when you choose not to be that dude. You know, they say that the strongest men isn't the you would think that it ain't the man that puffs his chest out and like, yeah, man, I'm bigger and better than everybody. Nah. It's the dudes that got the quiet reserve. The dudes who are dangerous and they choose not to be. They hold it in. They choose another path because they don't want to do that. I watched a movie with my woman. I'm sorry, I'm going to get to the commentary in a second. I just want to bring this up. She and I watched The Rundown. And if y'all don't know what The Rundown is, it's the early 2000s movie with The Rock. He actually still had hair in the movie. It's crazy. But in The Rundown was the movie that made me actually start putting on mass. Because at the time, when I saw The Rundown, I wasn't even 200 pounds yet. I was almost there. Right at about 200 pounds. And I saw The Rock in The Rundown, and he was 6'4", 220 pounds. I'm like, yeah, I want to be that size. Hell, I was that size when I started working out in the pandemic. During the pandemic, in my backyard. And that wasn't good enough. I'm getting to a point, so please stick with me on this. In The Rundown, I was going somewhere with this. I totally lost it. Not just The Rock, whatever, but let me take a drink of this drink. This is what happens when I drink. I forgot what I said. Shit. It was a great point, too. Y'all gonna really be sad because it was good. My woman and I saw The Rundown, and it was her first time seeing it. So kudos to her for seeing it. But there was a point where The Rock didn't use guns. He just, throughout the movie, he was like, yeah, I don't like guns. And then when the guy, I forgot the dude name, Shaun William Penn, I don't know, I forgot his name. He was a big actor in the early 2000s, right? Played the goofy roles, dude, where's my car? Or, Road Trip or some shit movies, right? And he got asked, like, well, why don't you use guns? And The Rock in that movie said something. He said, I don't use guns because when I do, bad things happen. Okay? That is a person who understands himself enough to know If I use guns, this shit is everything is falling. All of this. I'm like total destruction. I felt, other than, way exceeding the Rock's, that 220 that the Rock was in the rundown by like 50, 60 pounds right now. I can relate to it. And I can relate to it because I know what it's like to be like, it's not a good idea for me to use those skills again because they're destructive. They burn everything down. And I've done that before. I didn't like the way I felt. I didn't like what I did to everybody. I didn't like none of that shit. What I love about me right now is that I'm living life on my terms and I'm happy. At least I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy not to be that guy that when guns do come out, if I use them, this shit is all burning down. I don't want to be that guy again. And that's what it's like when you are a man that you know you have a particular skill set and you choose not to use it. I hope y'all understand that reference. These women today, and there's a point that P and I always make. Women today are running our playbook. Everything that they complained about men 10, 15, 20 years ago, maybe almost 30 years ago. Okay? Everything they complain about, they're doing. They got a roster. They're making matches and just leaving them on red. They're one night standing dudes. Never call you again. I really want you to pay attention to that because that's something me and P been stressing on Partners in Crime. If you're not subscribed, go over there and subscribe. But one of the points that P makes, I make all the time, is that women are now acting like the men that they claim to hate, that they claimed to hate. That's what we're seeing. I'm going to catch a few of these comments. I'm sorry, I'm about to run through them. Pinned your link on 3 Discords. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lee. It ain't enough simps to go around. It's a lot of simps going around. They killed themselves with BBL, Botox, Raptor claws. What? Yep. Well said, Gore. They took the beauty standards and deduction we never wanted. Exactly. Miss Dumbo talking about the one with the big ears. She left out the pre-owned box to someone else's kids. Yes. Yes. I already read that one. It's always about you. Got to do this. But be that never anything about me and how I can help you advance in life. You know what? Let me keep up our boss's comments because let's talk about this real quick. A man with means will take a woman out of McDonald's, will take a woman out of a convenience store, take a woman out of her average ass life and elevate her. Obviously, that's not what the average man is doing, and obviously things are different now. But what I'm saying is the thing that's inside of men, ladies, that will take you from being just an average ass woman working at below average to below average ass job and then take you up to where he is at, or even take you to where he's going. Y'all don't have that same thing. Things have flipped around. And the only women that are taking below ass men and slightly raising them up is when these women lose options as an older ass woman, and now they're going for these young ass dudes that ain't got much for them. Case in point, Tia Mowry left a dude that was famous, making movies, making moves, probably making more money than he's ever made right now. You leave that dude who's your husband, who you said is a good father, took you on dates, did all these things. And now you date Ziggy, office off. Thank you. So, Tia Mowry takes this guy who's a goddamn art teacher and she elevates him up to her life. The only time women do that is when their options are limited and they're older. I have yet to see a successful, thriving, youngish woman take a dude from nothing and bring him up. I rarely see it, unless she was already with them. They don't just do it off the rip. They do it because they have no more options. Our boss, I'm sorry, but thank you so much because this comment made me think about that. How we don't have a problem bringing someone into our program. But when women have their program, quote unquote program, they don't move the way we do. And the reason is because we are not the fucking same. Y'all don't think like we do. Cartoonishly detached from reality. Absolutely. See, Lamore says, I turn down more V these days than you would not believe. I am very picky now. I am not shocked. And honestly, give me 1 second. I just want to see something real quick. I just want to see my Monday. So Monday, I have a video that's more about how men are feeling. Please, 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 please support that video because men need to see that. Men need to see the other men that are going through what they're going through. But I just want to see real quick. I just want to see something real quick about Monday's video. Oh, shit, I haven't labeled it yet. You said turning down V. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that conversation coming up in Monday's video. Hell, I got 13 clips right now from Monday's video. For now. It's going to be a good video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you look out for Monday's video. It should be coming out around 4 to 6-ish p.m. on Monday, Pacific Standard Time. All right. But I'm not shocked at all. Doesn't shock me. Because, see, tell me if I'm not lying, okay? Because I went through this for my little small single phase that I had, my most recent small single phase. I would rather be alone than deal with, when you start talking to these women nowadays, you're like, oh my God. Like, I don't want to deal with all your bullshit. I can see the red flags just popping up everywhere. Bing, bing. And I'm like, I'm so not attracted to it. I'm like, fuck. It can't be this bad out here. It is bad. It's really goddamn bad. And so you would rather just, and that's a function of being older. And I hate to say it that way, but nobody is worth my peace. Nobody. Not even extra box that's slinging them away. Like, no. Let me stop you there. I'm happy here. Take that shit over there. We can have a conversation. We can talk. I love being social. But when you start trying to bring your drama over here, nah, I'm good. Any ladies listening, men are turning down your V. Think about how crazy. Men are turning down the JJ. Just to have, because they don't want to deal with your red fucking flags. Let that sink in. That's how bad it is. As a younger man, I was not turning it down like that. You'd be like, oh, you got some red flags? 1 second. I'll take care of those red flags. Okay, let's go. This is the eraser of red flags. Hell, I couldn't drink 3 bottles of this shit and not see red flags right now. If anything, they're getting more intense, gents. Oh, high mileage walls. How about you go and F yourself and your pedestal? I'm not worshiping something I don't want nothing to do with. Yep. The ones with the C-section scars be talking like this. That is an awesome comment. That is some funny shit. Entitlement, yet offering used with JJ. Lee. The droops, droopies. You already gave your body to Chaticus and Jodicus. Damn it, I keep forgetting Chaticus. What makes you think that we even want the leftovers of contaminated dumpster slaughter refrigerator? You're right. Edward says the book by Shakespeare called The Taming of the Shrew. Damn, I haven't read that in a long time. It's exactly what that's about. The worst woman became the most respected woman. Yeah. Yo, the Scarlet Letter, right? This woman had an affair. The dude got off scot-free. And that woman wound up helping out the whole neighborhood and the village. You can say what you want about what she did, but it was the dude in that case who was being a little bitch, all right? And he let her take all of the brunt of it. He didn't even keep her as a side chick. He distanced himself from her. Like he could have had a side chick. She would have stayed there as his side piece. And all it did was make her better. Now these women become 304s, and they still not making people better. They wind up being reformed church women, and they worse than the women that's out in the streets. How's that even possible? We definitely missed the part where you're our problem. It's a hit of dopamine for them. They know they ain't shit. Yeah, that right there. Thank you. Nation, thank you so much. Back to this real quick. We've been talking about on TSG for the last couple weeks about how the kids are affected, right? And Nation just reminded me of something. One of the problems that the kids are having is that they're on these phones. It's rotting their goddamn brains away. They can't stay off of it because they need the dopamine. Listen, I try to play video games now because a lot of us grew up in the video game generation, right? If you're, I would even say, if you're 60, you probably still in a video game generation. Because if you're 60, you was out when ColecoVision and Atari came out. That would have made you a teenager right around that time. You'd have been a teenager when Atari came out. And y'all was playing that shit. So was I as a kid. So the point being is we played video games and we went out and still played. Man, I still played football outside, in the street, fucking up my jeans, having my mom yell at me for messing up my good jeans and calling car time out and throwing throw-up tackle and playing baseball out in the grass field and breaking windows. We still did all of that shit. We still had a life outside of the dopamine hit. Fast forward 40-something years, almost 50 years, almost 50 years. Hell, my 30th reunion is literally like happening in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Yeah, ish. I can't go, but the point being is, here we are. These kids can't let go of it. But my point of making this whole thing about the video games, these women can't let go of it. These women whose access used to be the people in the city around them now have access to people all around the world. And somebody said there's not enough simps. There's a lot of simps. That's the reason when you read them comments, oh, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you got a little sweat under your titty, but you're still pretty. Damn, did that rhyme? You have sweat under your titty, but you still pretty. Yeah, it did. I'm good. I'm good like that. Stay away from unhinged women. The power lies with the tongue. Choose your words wisely. That's right, Preston. Self-happiness and true calling comes from within, looking within. Absolutely. And that's almost losing my life. I always talk about my car accident here on the channel. That changed me. It really did. I'm not saying I'm perfect from it, but kind of like what I told my women, I'm always striving to be the best version of me. I'm not going to be perfect all the time. But if you understand that I'm always trying to be the best version of me, then a person who loves me is going to be patient with that. Because you're just going to, you're going to see better, you know? Modern females are unhappy and projected on the men. Absolutely. Don't lose it, brother homie. The rundown and the walking tall. Yep. All those made me want to be the size of the rock. It seriously did. Yabani, he says, all my troubles ended when I met my wife 8,000 miles away in the Philippines jungle. Shout out to Yabani, first of all. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing that. We're going to get to this, okay? I don't know if y'all noticed, but I've been trying to create my videos where they kind of have a narrative, they have a purpose, they're calling out bigger themes. And it was very tempting to talk about MTR going to the Philippines, maybe even commenting on what Zoom to Thailand had to say. Richie Mack, again, that's my boy right there. It's easy to have talked about that, but I don't want to talk about it because it's the hot topic out. I want to talk about this in a way that's very deliberate. And I want to make sure that I'm careful about how I state everything that I want to talk about. But I want to make sure that by the end of the video, whatever video I make, that it gives hope to the gents. And I'm not going to rush that video. I'm going to fucking make that video in my own time. But Yabani, thank you so much because you've reminded me that I do want to go here. I do want to talk about this. Shout out to you and your lovely wife, okay? Shout out to y'all, okay? It's never enough. I got you, Shaun. Real recognize real. We will get this channel to another level. Man, listen, I hope so. Because the videos that I've been putting out, especially about our kids, how they're suffering, to me, that's some of the most important work that I've done. Some of the most important work. And thank you all for making those videos pop off like it did. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank y'all for watching all the way through. Thank y'all for commenting on those videos because they're needed. These young men need to see the shit that I put out about why it's not cool to go to jail. They need to see that shit. They need to see that they're goddamn statistics. I don't want to go there. I know it's a Friday night jam session, so we're going to talk about a bunch of shit, but I want to get through the videos too. That's the thing about Friday night jam sessions, gents. If you're ever a part of these, we'll toast, have a drink. The topic can go anywhere, but I want to make sure we get through the main stuff. It's the selfishness in Black women. It's the selfishness in modern women too, man. So true, Chief. You know, it's funny. See, Lamore, I don't know if I told y'all this, but June makes 6 years that I've been on YouTube. And I've been retired from the Navy 8 years now, over 8 years. Well, technically right at 8 years. Because I wound up having terminal leave. So I had like 75 days of terminal leave. And then my actual retirement date, effective retirement date, was June 1st. So I have officially been out of the military for 8 years. So now when I hear Chief, I'm always Chief, never changing. But I think about how much I've grown in the last 8 years. And hell, the last 11 years, 10 and a half years since my car accident. And I'm just like, shit, man. I could have never imagined. Could have never imagined any of this. So thank you so much. You flipped the script and you played yourself. They bring this disruptor and no structure. We done with the mistake, baby monstrosities, and wedlock catastrophe, city and agony's company. Got it. No wonder why the term unk came about. Unks are the shit. Hell yeah, unks are the shit. You know, damn, you know what's crazy? Like, one day you just look at yourself. I got a 30-year reunion. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in unk status. Right now, I'm not at grandpa status because none of my kids are. Hold on, let me knock on something real quick. I'm not at grandpa status yet. But when y'all see P, y'all let your grandpa P say grandpa P. Because you're a grandpa. The red flag is a walking toe tag and a lifesaver bloodbath. What? Oh, that was me. Oh, I'm just so y'all know, I'm watching my woman's dog. Her and her family went out of town. It's okay. It's okay. You good? All right. I'd play as a teenager. Big 6 and 8. Thank you for your service. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Yes. Family reunions are overrated. All right. Let me show y'all this real quick. This is another example. So we talked about the last woman about using dating apps for validation and using it. We talked about the other woman that wants a man to worship her and yearn over her. We talked about the woman that don't like compliments. Let me show you this one right here. This is why you don't simp for women, okay? If you've been watching this channel, you know that to me, simping is one of the worst problems that we can do as a man. Now, you're going to have to bear with me because I'm going to let this thing play and I need to grab some more ice cubes for the bourbon. So it might stop, but I'll be right back.
In the world where I said all you gotta do to get my attention is come cut the grass. Look at the grass. It's damn near taller than the fence. I'm surrounded by men who don't want to work for shit. I can't get nobody to come cut the grass, put a shelf up, or put my TV on the wall. I'ma die single and alone. I done made my peace with it. Fuck it.
All right, sorry about that, gents. I wound up getting the dog a treat. So where we at? All right. There we go. So what was crazy to me about this is what ladies, this is for the ladies right now. I'm about to say this. The problem is that like everything that y'all desire from us has nothing to do with who we are. It has everything to do with just being servants to y'all. And again, y'all confession is y'all profession is y'all confession, meaning that everything that y'all be saying on here about what you expect and what you want is the same thing y'all complained about back in the day. Seriously. These same women that say, well, all y'all do is put y'all value in how much you make and what you do, and then you're in another breath, y'all don't make enough. Oh, I want the thug that's working at the bank. I don't want the guy that's the electrician or the truck driver or the plumber or the construction worker. You don't want those dudes. Oh, Well, that's the last of the drink. That's the last of the drink. Thank God, because I can't do no more. I can't. This is a Jesus take the wheel moment. You enjoyed your treat? Huh? Good doggy. All right. Shit, we actually only got 5 more clips shot. I love this. Pretty good. All right, let's prepare the next clip. Next section. All right, let's watch this real quick.
What's your biggest red flag?
When a nigga has no money.
What's your biggest red flag?
About me?
Yes.
Oh, I cheat.
What's your biggest red flag?
I mean, it's hard to pick one. Like, it's so many dreadheads like you around. I mean, I might text a nigga back in a relationship. I never lean.
So you be like micro cheating?
Yeah, only whenever I feel like he being friendly though.
So if you call your ex right now, he agrees with you, I'll give you $50.
Okay. Wait, if he doesn't answer, can I call a different one?
Yeah.
What if none of my exes answer? I only got 2.
Yeah, you don't get the 50. Ain't nobody ex answering them.
Yeah. Nah, just text yesterday. This is bullshit. This guy was just on the phone the other day. You gonna edit this?
Yeah.
Who's your editor?
Me.
Okay, let me call my other one. So, how's your day?
It's all right.
What you been doing in life?
I'm trying to be great.
What you do for a job?
Whatever it takes.
You be selling ass?
If it takes some telling ass, and I sell it.
Ain't nobody answering, so.
You calling the same person?
No, I'm not. This is the unsaved number. The other one was my baby daddy.
You got kids?
No, they dead.
Oh, your kids dead? Well, you lost. Yeah. All right.
What did I just listen to? What the? Wait, hold up.
You be selling ass?
If it takes some telling ass, and I sell it.
Ain't nobody answering, so.
You calling the same person?
No, I'm not. This is the unsaved number. The other one was my baby daddy.
You got kids?
No, they dead.
Oh, your kids dead? Well, you lost. Yeah. All right.
Was it just me? Or was this woman a little too nonchalant about her kid being dead? I gotta listen to that one more time. And they do say you're so ass. Okay. Thank you, Crease Man. Thank you. I thought that when I first heard it, and then I took it to a whole nother place. My bad. Holy shit. Yeah. Women true face is coming back to bite them on the behind. Yeah. There's something that got said in here, and I'm gonna play it back real quick because it's gonna set up the next video. Check this out. So they talk about their red flags. Yep, no, let's start from the beginning. God damn it. Ziggy. Office off. Just listen to this real quick. I'll stop at the right spot here.
What's your biggest red flag?
When a nigga has no money.
What's your biggest red flag?
About me?
Yes.
Oh, I cheat.
What's your biggest red flag?
I mean, it's hard to pick one. Like, it's so many dreadheads like you around. I mean, I might text a nigga back in a relationship. I never lean.
So you be like micro cheating?
Yeah, only whenever I feel like he being friendly though.
So she micro cheat and she never texts the dude back. And then she said, I only do it when the dude is being too friendly. So you can't make this shit up. Let's go to the next clip. Because these women out here bad. They are bad.
And I don't really care. I will cheat. I will. If you're treating me badly and you don't have no money, I'm going to cheat on you. I'm gonna hold your hand really tightly when I say this too. I'm going to cheat on you. It's one thing to like treat me badly but have money. I might stay down. I might stay down. It's one thing to have no money but treat me well, but you cheated. I might stay down. I have this thing. If I'm happy, I don't really give a fuck about nothing going on around me. We young as fuck. I'm not your wife, nigga. I don't really give a fuck what you got going on. As long as I'm happy, I care about what involves me, boo. Okay, you hear me? So if you are not treating me well and you're broke, I'm going to cheat on you with your favorite rapper. An accident. I wasn't even shooting for him. I was aiming a little to the left. It just accidentally hit him, not hitting my dance. Whoa, how'd this happen? Stop cheating on me and treating me bad. It's not my fault, dummy. Why would you do that? Why would you treat me bad, be broke, and cheat on me? Why would you do all of those things at once? Boy, you gotta know I'm going. I'm going. And don't let me go to the club. I'm coming back home with 50 of them. I'll come back home with 50. Many men. Many.
Good Lord. Good Lord. More bonnet wearing horsehair banshees. 100. Shout out to you, Big Truck. This is exactly what you asked for. So shut the F up and deal with it. Happy relationships are dead. Yeah. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Tupac. Leon says, treat her badly means not doing what she said. Yep. Oh, this right here. This right here. I was thinking the same goddamn thing. I was literally thinking the same. If you don't treat me right, if you don't do what I said, unless you're the type of guy that I really like, and I'm gonna do what he say, because I can't help myself around him. But if you just a normal guy and you don't do what I tell you to do, if I don't really like you like that, but I'm just kind of with you, but you don't do what I say, you're treating me badly, and I'm gonna cheat. Yo, Lee, you put this shit together. I'm telling you. Yes, they are. Healthy relationships are dead. Repeat that for the cheap seats. They don't want the Cheesecake Factory, but eat dog food from a white man's bowl. Make it make sense. Oh, shit. Oh, Preston. Preston. My biggest red flag is a walking, strong, independent woman to a path of destruction. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Where we at? Oh, we got a 3C. Now imagine, if you will, I'm gonna put myself up on screen so I can set this up. So what did she say in the shower? She said, we out here, we young, so it don't matter. Okay? We young, so it don't matter. Okay, so, okay. Let's say that we take that at face value. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine if a man took what y'all said about, well, we young and we out here and it's fine. We young right now, so it don't matter. Okay. Okay. Let's just assume that's correct. Then why is it do we have these 40 and over women saying shit like this?
Dating in your 40s is fucking hard. My mom's like, why don't you try dating a nice guy? Because I never know when a nice guy likes me. Like, what? Like, oh, just checking in, see how you're doing. It's been a while. Are you like trying to? No, he's not. He's just checking in to see how I'm doing because he hasn't talked to me in a while. Like, how annoying! Like, don't do that, sir. Don't do that. This is why I like assholes, because assholes only reach out when they want something.
Hold up. This is my Captain Jack Sparrow pose. And if y'all know Lonely Island, this is my Captain Jack Sparrow right there. Captain Jack Sparrow. Telling y'all, right there. She said it. Gents, she said it. It don't matter. You don't the problem, ladies, is y'all think y'all could just turn that shit off. You think that you can turn off being a 304. And you can't. You can't turn that shit off. Can people change? Yes. I'm a testament to that. But let me tell y'all, the change came because the event that happened, it wasn't an event that made me bitter. The event that make you change your life is the one that makes you reflect. And the reflection, you're going to do two things. You're going to look at your reflection in that moment, and you're going to choose to be the same person. Or you're going to see the reflection, and you're going to be fucking disgusted at what you see. And real change comes with that what you see in the mirror makes you so sick to your damn stomach that you can't help but change what you see. Me and my woman did a small road trip when we was out of town, wherever, right? We went to NYC and we had to drive to New Jersey and all that shit like that last week. Michael Jackson had popped up on the tunes, okay? He didn't pop up. I put Michael Jackson on, okay? And Michael Jackson, if y'all remember, had a song called Man in the Mirror. See, you got to be willing to ask that man in the mirror to make a change. And the message couldn't be any clearer. And that right there, if you want to make a world, your world, a better place, you got to take a look at yourself. Make a change. Oh, shit. What kind of new crack is she snorting? In your opinion, how bad do you think it will get before it gets better or normal? Honestly, bro, I think it's going to get real bad before it gets better. And if I'm being honest with y'all, there are people right now that are plotting some of the most evil shit in the United States. It's fucking really bad. Like, really dystopian movie bad shit. And I think that you're going to have two types of women in that situation. You're going to have women who are going to revert back to their feminine form and want help during that period of time. Because it's going to be fucking bad. And then you're going to have women who are going to be ops. And they're going to be the women that's going to be willing to go with the system and fucking report you, turn you in. And I don't mean to take it that deep, but some really bad shit they're working on right now. It's bad. I know Kevin Samuel said winter is coming, but it's fucking bad. So, but I will say this. I'm going to say to you, T. Lamore, and I'm going to tell you, gents, everything that I've been saying, and it doesn't change. Fuck them for the shaming tactics or whatever, okay? All options are on the table for y'all. You got to leave, leave. If you got to talk to somebody that you ain't never used to talk to, like, okay, Asian women don't like me. You would think that'd be crazy, right? Because I hear all these dudes that are like my size and my height be walking around with Asian women and on their arms and shit. Asian women don't talk to me. I'm just using this as an example. Okay. Asian women don't like me. I've been with Asian women before. I'm just saying, in general, out of all women, they do not like me. If you were me, and as bad as things is out here, I might have to actually start looking at Asian women. That's how crazy it is right now. That's how bad it is. That you almost have to consider the thing that normally don't like you and you don't normally talk to them neither. That's how bad it is. All options are on the table. But you have to do it because it's right for you. Not because these women are shaming you for talking to somebody. Ooh, why you with her? Fuck you. Because in 100 years, it won't matter. Your ass will be dead like me and nobody will give a fuck. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't know of people 100 years that had messed up relationships that I'm sitting here judging. I'm not sitting here saying, oh man, 100 years, so-and-so slept with so-and-so, and I don't care. Neither do you, and neither will anybody else. Gents, do not let these women shame you out of your happiness. If they don't want to take you seriously and they want to sit here and play fucking games at 40, over 40, still talking about you don't like nice guys at 40. At 40. Don't let them shame you out of your happiness. Fuck them. That's why I ain't turning monetization on so I can say that again. Fuck you. Right? Don't let them shame you out of your happiness. Don't. That's the solution. The solution is you could be happy now. You just got to work on some things and get out of your own way and stop looking where you at and open your horizons. That's the answer. The answer is do what makes you happy. But it's also, beneficial to you, right? I say that because I don't need nobody talking about like, oh, I'm just going to fucking do some crazy ass shit. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm saying when it comes to relationships, all options got to be on the table. There used to be a saying that all's fair in love and war. We're at war. So when it comes to love, you're at war. You see these movies all the time where people fall in love with the enemy. Happens all the time. Women that get captured, they didn't think about these movies. I'm gonna take this off real quick. Think about the movies that you've seen. What happens in war? The men go, ah, ting, 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 stab, stab, stab. Fucking armies fall. Hey, hell Maximus and all that shit, right? All these things happen, right? You know what happened in war back in the day? They would literally take all of the women. And you know what happened with those women? They would, oh my God, just kill me because my husband's dead. You know what they would do? No, that's not what happened. They would lay down with these men that captured their ass and they would have babies for them. If they didn't, they would die. And some of those women became loyal wives to the dude that fucking slaughtered their weak ass husband. And them women didn't even fucking blink an eye when it happened. There are dudes that went off to war, right? When this country was a fucking war, this country been at war for 80% of its existence. And when the men went over there, fucking went to war and they fucking died in a world war and all that shit. Jody came and piped their women down and she had a kid with him, had a whole nother life. Not a big deal. If you are sitting here saying, oh man, stop feeling sorry for yourself, man. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Fucking work on yourself so that you feel good about you and then go fucking do what you do, man. Don't let these women fucking put you in there. I'm sorry I'm taking that detour, but that's the realest goddamn thing I can say right now. Stop worrying about what people think and say about you because in 100 fucking years, none of us will fucking remember it because we have no conscience of it. We will not know this shit just never existed. Go do you. Go do you. Nobody's going to give a fuck in 100 years. We won't be around. Nobody will remember me in 100 years. There's fucking shows from the 1920s that none of us have seen because we don't give a fuck about that. It doesn't matter. This show in 100 years, nobody will remember TSG Young Guy. Okay? It doesn't matter. It matters right now. And right now, I'm telling you, do not let these women manipulate and shame you into giving up your happiness when they are doing the same thing that they complained about that we was doing. And then they shame you for doing it. All these women, just listen. Listen.
And I don't really care. I will cheat. I will. If you're treating me badly and you don't have no money, I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to hold your hand really tightly when I say this too. I'm going to cheat on you.
No remorse. No fucks given. They don't care. I don't give a shit. She don't give a shit. That woman that's not giving you act right, without turning the mic off, she doesn't give a shit about you. She don't care. She doesn't care. And that's why I say a real woman is going to show herself. She's going to show herself because she's going to stand out. She's not going to be like, oh, well, Shaun, she's sweet some moments, but then she just have these moments. That's not how a real one move. She not wishy-washy like that. Your woman is supposed to be your oak or your roots. So when the shit is all haywire, when you need to reset, you go to the root. The root gives you nourishment. The root stays planted and it gets the nourishment to give back to you so you can go and fight and you can get the fruit and all that shit from it. Don't let these women shame you because they don't give a fuck. They don't. You go to war and you lost your life, they're going to be with a new dude the next day. Probably already got half of women in that study. It was a study I put out on this channel more than a year ago. More than half of women already know their backup plan. And you got dudes worried about, man, stop worrying about it. That's why I laugh at this shit, man. It's funny to me because nobody should stop your program like that. I don't claim to be perfect on this channel. I tell y'all how I fucked up, and don't y'all do it too. Let me show y'all this next clip. Actually, I'm going to catch a couple comments in one of those. Damn, I said a lot. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm going to start from the bottom and go up. Nothing much, brother, homie, King Brony. I love pirates. What's going on, brother Preston? All right. Christopher, shout out to you. He's like, they want to be worshipped as gods. We talked about that earlier. They do. And that right there should tell you something. It's for a person to want to be worshipped as a god. That's narcissistic personality. That's not just a red flag. That's a fucking run. Don't stay around for that shit. Let me tell you something. One of the lessons that I had to learn as a man in terms of dating relationships that I had to learn. I never used to break up with people. Right? I fucking hated breaking up. Breaking up sucks. Because you got to go through all the feelings and shit. Back in the day, I'm talking about back in the day, I broke up with somebody. I just didn't call them no more. I guess these kids call it ghosting. I couldn't do it. Because people that I've spent time with, whether it was good or bad, if there was a connection there, I felt that shit. That don't make me a weak person. That makes me I'm a social person. I'm an empathetic person. I'm a person you don't want to cross when I'm like, if I'm fucking pissed, you don't want to be on my bad side because I'm also like really fucking cold-hearted when I'm fucking hurt. But the point being is the lesson I had to learn was you have to learn to be able to tell like somebody not treating you right, you got to be able to walk away from that shit. You got to know you have to think enough of yourself to walk away from that shit. And yeah, you lost some time, but you gained experience. All of the bad shit I've been through, it somewhat hurts my current relationship, but it also helps it too. My woman may not be able to see that right all the time. You know, it's hard not to think that, man, what could I have had? But you have the best version of me because I went through that. And now you know you have a man that you can respect that ain't going to be your little bitch. Because the thing about it is, when you start being women's, you know, when you start worshiping these women, they can't handle that. They don't want that shit. They want respect like we want respect. They think they want worship, but then they don't respect it. They actually go for the dude who don't respect them or worship them or don't do nothing. They want the bad guy. Think about this 40-year-old woman just said. Listen.
Dating in your 40s is fucking hard. My mom's like, why don't you try dating a nice guy?
Why?
Because I never know when a nice guy likes me. Like, what? Like, oh,
Keep
just
listening.
checking in, see how you're doing. It's been a while. Are you like trying to? No, he's not. He's just checking in to see how I'm doing because he hasn't talked to me in a while. Like, how annoying! Like, don't do that, sir. Don't do that. This is why I like assholes, because assholes only reach out when they want something.
There you go. That's a 40-plus-year-old woman saying that. I don't think you have to be an asshole, but you got to be assertive. You got to have boundaries. You can't be so desperate for a woman that you don't put up fucking boundaries, man. They'll walk all over your ass. Let's check out this next clip. Sorry, I'm not getting y'all comments real quick. Let's check out this next clip.
So I texted every guy that dumped me in the past 18 months, and this is what they said. So the number one complaint, where 33% of the men, I got 12 respondents, all complain about, is that I vaped. Number two was that I was messy, and my parents told me this was a problem, and I didn't believe them, and that's my fault. And then number three, two of them were like, you just didn't seem that into it. You seemed kind of bored and like you were killing time. And I felt really awful because I wasn't that into it. But I thought that the way dating worked was that a man had to chase you. And it didn't matter if you seemed kind of like about it, because I thought if you were just pretty and nice and lower your standards enough that men would just chase you, because that's what men are supposed to do. And I was really, really wrong about that. And that took me a long time to learn. And then most of the other reasons were like, I was just really busy, which I didn't really think too much of. And then one guy was like, you did too many drugs. And I was like, I don't know what drugs you're talking about. And he was like, you take Ozempic. And I'm like, I don't think that's a drug. But, you know, I'm glad that you're telling me this, because I know that we're not compatible, because I love my GLP-1s and you can pry my terzepatide out of my cold, dead fingers.
Okay, that last part, not really important to the story. But she dropped so many gems in here about just the mentality. This woman's mentality. There's nothing special about her. Okay? I mean, when it comes to Asian women, I'd say she's average to below average. There's nothing special about her. You know? She's GLP in it. And shout out to you if you're doing that. That's your own thing. But the point is, and listen, saying she's average is not a bad thing. Most people are average, period. The sooner that people get over that shit, as soon as people realize like being average isn't bad, most people are average. It's not a bad thing. It has limitations at certain things, but it's not a bad thing. Most people are average. Period. End of story. But her discussing what these dudes said to her. Did she say 12 guys in a year? Hold up. I'm sorry. Just 1 second.
So I texted every guy that dumped me in the past 18 months.
A year and a half, she's talked to 12 dudes. Jesus Christ. 12 guys in 18 months. Whoo. Say, whoo. Oh, shit. God dang. All right. Anyway, the point being is in 18 months, she talked to a lot of dudes. And again, the thing that stands out to me is that there were some guys that she wasn't really into. She just treated them like meh. And then she thought that they were supposed to chase her. Now go back to all the shit I just talked 10 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, about why it doesn't matter. And you'll understand why one of the core messages of TSG Uncut is do not simp. Because women like this average ass woman is proving to you why simping doesn't work. She'll never respect you. It doesn't change anything. I actually understand. I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to be crazy, but I actually understand why some guys trick. But at the same time, at this moment in time, tricking with these women with this narcissistic personality is the worst thing you can do. Because it ain't like tricking back in the day where your grandpa used to be a trick. But your grandpa had grandma, took care of your whole family. He tricked his money off to Miss Lucy on the side, and Miss Lucy kept her goddamn mouth closed, and you never knew that grandpa had a whole nother family over there. There was an understanding. There was a contract. There was an understanding. Now, if grandpa tried that shit now, grandma already got her a side piece. Grandpa can't afford to trick off Miss Lucy, and even if he do, she got a bunch of other dudes too. She with grandpa because he's safe. He's the safe dude. It's shit is crazy. I need a sip on this. Can't make this shit up, people. I read that. I read the pirates thing. Pirate women. Most educated, less employed, most evicted, most in debt, not worth it. Everything free is not worth taking. Yep, exactly. Everything that looks good ain't. Like it. Yep, bunch of drinks, bullseyes. I like it. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's looking bad for singles. It is looking terrible for singles. Absolutely. It's not wrong. It's not a wrong. I hear people, I read comments that say in my videos like, oh, I couldn't watch it because it was too hard to watch. Why? None of these videos should be hard to watch that I make, especially if you stick around, because there's multiple messages throughout. But when it comes to these type of videos like that we're looking at tonight, it's actually not to discourage you. It's always been so you can see the behaviors, and it's I show you this stuff so you don't trick or simp, because you see the behaviors, and because you don't want to be a trick or a simp and you don't want to get played, then there's no emotion in cutting this off. Hey, no, thank you. Hey, you have a good night though. It like the look on their faces when you be like, hey, you have a good night though. They like, you don't want to talk to me? Like, and they might even say some shit. And then all I want you to do is just laugh to yourself. Because she thinks that you were trying to be nice, She thinks that you purposely you made her feel bad, and she's gonna try to make you feel bad. And you should laugh at how empty she is to make you try to feel bad for you trying to be nicely telling her no thank you. That you shut down a narcissist and you made them feel shitty. Feel good about that. Matter of fact, go to the bar and get you another fucking shot because of it. You'd be drunk if you kept doing that, but they making a movie with Michael. Oh, I saw the last Michael movie. They're supposed to be making a part 2. The Michael movie, I saw it was good. I heard it was good. I was like, oh, okay, how good is it gonna be? It was good. It was damn good. And it made me really sad about Michael was exposing their ass before they killed him. And I said that. I'll take that with me. You can say, I don't agree. I don't give a shit if you don't agree. I'm telling you, they killed him. They killed him. They took him out. Michael and Prince. Michael and Prince were on to some shit. And they could not have people with that much influence do what they do. Again, this is a jam session. We'll talk about all that shit later. We're almost done. You definitely can't make a change in the world unless people want change. You can't change the world until you change yourselves. Absolutely. It's too late for that shit. Women are the ones that literally cause the difference between men and women. Breaking up is only difficult when you don't care about yourself. Bye, B. I'm good. Yeah, exactly. Men have already left. Yep. My mother told me men don't hit women. She never told me how evil women can be. Well, she let you down because my mom told me about how evil women are. Yes, she did. She was like, shh, let me tell you. If I were you, I'd be a player, city, money getter. Blind leading the blind. Yes, they are. Why you with her is because you didn't want me, so leave me be. Yeah. Does war bring love? Some people do. They sell themselves to the highest bidder. Yep. When playing victim, still can't get empathy, right? Yeah, exactly. Leave it to a diva. Yeah, right. That's okay, brother, homie. Detours are cool. Her rap sheet screams not only red flag, but also SOS. Yep. I definitely remember brother, homie, TSG, the Uncut City Peeps, the knowledge that you and the gents bring. Absolutely. This is exactly the kind of attitude. This is exactly why men don't want to protect them anymore, because of their entitlement. And we definitely don't need walking ass clown, herpes, C4 dumpster, slaughter, street knocker, floozy, stale cookie dough, hoochies. You know what? I like reading these sometimes because it's like a drunk check to make sure I'm not like messed up. If I can read it, then I know I'm not buzzing. Facts. Michael Jackson was more than an entertainer. Oh yeah. Michael, they looking at everything that's coming out now, they set Michael up bad. It's bad. They set him up bad. We can go down that rabbit hole, Shaun. Music ownership is in the masters. Okay, our boss is on top of it. This is exactly what I was talking about. Michael and Prince was all about the masters. We have one clip left. We can get into that discussion if y'all want to. Shout out to you, Adam. Adam is in the house. Why play the same game if you don't like the odds? That's true. Hell yeah, set boundaries for yourself. Exactly. All right, let's get to the last clip of the night before we just talk shit. We're at the 2-hour mark. I say we're doing pretty good. Damn, I got through this many clips in 2 hours. 16 clips. It's pretty good.
You've changed so much since you got into a relationship. Good. That's literally what's supposed to happen. When you're with the right man, you do not stay the same. You get better, more feminine, more aligned with who you're actually meant to be. That's why they call it the bride and the groom. A man who loves you grooms you. OMG, grooming. It's such a triggering word. Guys, grooming simply means to guide someone's development. And when done right, to shape them into the best version of themselves. There is nothing wrong with that? If your man is calling you to your highest self, pushing you to grow, helping you become a greater woman, that is a blessing. That's what love is supposed to do. But if you get into a relationship and you're more comfortable, more stagnant, and more chaotic than before, that's not the best sign, especially when it comes to your long-term growth. Individually and as a couple, the right one will change you. And that's not a red flag. That's actually the whole point.
You know what? I put this clip last. If y'all know me, for y'all that really know me, y'all know that if you have to watch, when you watch a TSG video, sorry, let me just say this. I said a bunch of shit. There was a million things going on in my head. Give me a second. For you all that have not watched this channel before or watching casually, when you watch a TSG video, if you cut it off before getting to the end, you've missed the bigger point of the video. If you don't watch the whole thing through, they tell you, one of the things I learned as a YouTuber, this is year number 6. One of the advice they would give is put all of the good shit in the beginning. And then at the end, just kind of keep people around. Because most people aren't going to watch that far. But that don't make sense. Because, yeah, I might get a lot of people to watch the beginning, but you don't have gents. You don't create gents. You don't create what is MT Army, or you don't create you know how people have like their acronyms or their sayings. Kevin Samuels had his too. The point is, you don't create loyal people to your channel if you only make the beginning worth it. You never grow your channel to have loyal people to your channel. Does that make sense? Anybody who's been around here knows that you got to watch to the end, because the end is where I put the biggest, the deepest messages. There's always like, it doesn't happen all the time, but a lot of times I like to end on positive notes. Like if you looked at the one video the other day about about how kids need men in their lives, the last video had a very powerful message at the end. And that message was a bully was beating up on this man's son. And when he confronted the bully, come to find out that that bully didn't have a father figure. They were losing their home. And then people were picking on him because he had to wear the same clothes to school every day. If you didn't watch to the end of that video, you missed probably the best part of the video, in my opinion. And I know YouTube says, hey, Shaun, what are you doing? You don't put the best shit at the end. You put it up front so people see it. And I'm like, if you're the type of person that only watched like the first fucking 2 minutes of a video, 3-4 minutes of a video, and you're not willing to stick around to the end, then you don't get me. Because yes, I have a message to tell you all. I have experience to give to you all. I have wisdom to show you all. But I'm also, at this point, 6 years in the game, 5 years, this has been my main job. I'm not balling on this shit. I'm definitely not. I don't have the views. Y'all can go see the views for yourself. All right? Y'all can go check the views and you'll be like, you don't make that much. Okay? But what I will say is, I think about every aspect of my videos. I say all that to say this. I saved this video for last because what this young lady said is the kind of thought process that a real one has. She said something and I missed it. Like I liked what she said in general, but I missed something that was something that I always talk about on the channel, but I feel all the time. And I'm going to tell y'all tonight. I'm surprised I haven't said it in one of my videos, but part of that working on yourself and your purpose. Oh, I have said it before. It's not enough for these women to be wife material. You have to be working on your leadership skills. You have to be working on how to guide and lead someone. You have to be somewhat of an inspirational man. You could say, Shaun, I'm just a regular dude. How am I supposed to be inspirational? Exactly. You don't have a woman right now, and I'm not saying you have to be this extraordinary ass person. I'm not putting that pressure on you. I'm just saying that as a man, you have to be intentional. Women respect men that maybe not even the smartest, but is smart in guidance. Smart has wisdom. You have dudes that aren't book smart, but they street smart. And the women go for that. Because the way they move, they think differently. And you, well, you can pull the Forrest Gump and be like, Shaun, I'm not the smartest man in the world. You don't have to be the smartest dude. Let me rephrase that. You may not be the smartest dude now, but part of that journey to being a gent, part of that journey to being a man is doing that work. So that when that remarkable ass woman comes in your life, again, you're not perfect, but man, you are the best version of you. She is getting the best version of you, but she's also getting the version of you that isn't going to just roll over to anything and everything she says. Because that guy who doesn't roll over to what every woman says, does, blah, 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 is the one who sets standards and boundaries from the beginning. Go back to the videos with these fucking kids being wild and bucking up to their moms. There was no standard set. Now, I'm not trying to compare women to kids. That's not my intention. But it's really funny to me how even in the military, I'm surrounded by grown-ass men, right? They put us in these, they're called ships. And there's these long ships with all these 2 stacked bunk beds when you go to boot camp. And it goes as far as the eye can see, probably 50 to 100 yards back. I can't remember. It's in my head because I'm looking at this as a young man. This shit could have been 100 yards. That's a long way. I would say probably it's more like 30 to 40 yards. But the point is this 2-man bunks, both sides of the ship. They go all the way to this long-ass building that you're in. And all of those men are unruly and undisciplined. And you know what happens from the very beginning? Standards get established. Notice I'm talking about boot camp and being surrounded by men, because that's my experience for boot camp. I'm not even putting the women in this conversation. I'm saying it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman or a child or any fucking body. You bring them into your organization, standards have to be set immediately. Not immediately, immediately. Shout out to my big fam. It got to be set from the beginning. Because if you don't, she is going to cheat on you.
And I don't really care. I will cheat. I will. If you're treating me badly and you don't have no money, I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to hold your hand really tightly when I say this too. I'm going to cheat on you. It's one thing to like treat me badly but have money.
It's as simple as that. She's going to cheat on the dudes that don't have any standards for themselves or who isn't willing to say, you know what, I'm good. The dudes that she really like, what she didn't say and what women like her don't say is that, but there is a certain type of man that I like and it don't matter if he cheat. Oh, she did kind of say that. She tried to say his money and this. No. there are certain men that come across these women, if they cheat, it don't matter. And I'm not judging these women for that. I know that sounds crazy. I'm not judging a woman for that. What I'm trying to say is, though, it's proof that even they will cross their own lines for the right man. Period. Period. And this is where I'm not gonna step on any toes, but this is where you know, as men, we know where we stack up. We know where we stack up. We know that we're not that dude. And that's okay. It's okay. And some dudes are like, I'm that dude. It don't matter what I do. She ain't gonna go nowhere. And if she do, I don't care. And then there's those dudes. Point is, none of that shit matters. I'm sorry I'm driving this point home, but please bear with me. It only matters what you do for you to be the best version of you and to have some type of dignity in yourself so that you don't put up with this shit. And then when you get to that point that I just told you about, then when you watch my videos, you're no longer getting angry about it. You will start laughing about this shit. This is a joke. First of all, you know what come in my head? This woman is in the shower talking about, you'll cheat. I'm gonna cheat. I'm like, damn, are y'all really trying to put out videos so bad you got to put yourself in the shower talking about you gonna cheat? These women are terrible. These are terrible women. No wonder why masculinity is being suppressed. You on point, Shaun. I'm trying. Michael Jackson bad. That's right. The good book of drizzlations. I shall not play the monkey simp pet wet wallet chimp. That's a good one. Book of drizzlations. Our boss says longevity is how unks move. Exactly. Forget about the instant gratification. Let's real quick, our boss, you bring up a good point about unks. Man, we were raised different. All of us that's in unk status, which is most of us, based on the age demographics that I see, but everybody that's in unk status and higher, I'm not saying nothing slick to a can of oil. Y'all already know. The problem is for us that's in unk status, we like, man, somebody said it earlier, said, man, is this what these young people got to go with? Sorry if I forgot who said it. But the point being is, yeah, these young people are fucked. I mean, how else are you going to say it? We know to protect our peace. We are like, yeah, I'm good. Everybody in unk status is down with OPP. Y'all know what OPP stand for, right? Oh, please put it away. Just put it away. Just put it away. Y'all thought I was going to say, oh, other people's property? No. Oh, please put it away. Lady, put that stinky, smelly fish vagina, truffle, garbage, put it to yourself. Don't care. We don't care. That's unk status now. Unk status is like, we came up in a different time, and we're not putting up with that shit. Sorry, Preston, I'm going to skip you a little bit. Both of their masters were protected before they died. Michael Jackson also purchased the masters of the Beatles, I believe. All right, Edward, hold that. Put a pin in that one. Put a pin in that. We'll come back to the Michael Jackson thing. America is a wonderland on crack. Yeah. It's not even a wonderland no more. It's literally just on crack. Why play the same game if you don't like the odds? Exactly. All right, let's get back down here. You can't be nice to people who say they don't need a man. Oh, You don't have to say anything to them. Of course, Hollywood is taking out celebrities. Adam, yep, salute. Love is supposed to be real and authentic. All right, let's talk about Michael Jackson real quick. And we'll get up out of here. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I am getting a little hungry. I've been eating I just been eating protein the whole day because I tried to get, when we got back from Jersey, man, I gained 8 pounds, but I could still see like a little bit of ab outline. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm gaining like muscle. And my girl just shook her head. But point being is, I had to be on this whole week since I've been back. I've been back on my diet. I ain't gonna lie, today I went to the gym. I was like lightheaded because I had no carbs today, 0 carbs. I still haven't had carbs. Maybe this is probably the most carbs that I've had, if you can even count this shit. And I am literally like, oh, I see. All right, dog is being good. I gotta take her out here in a little bit. Forgot I got some other responsibilities here. Okay, I got the doggy. I got to take her. I'm gonna walk her out in my hammer pants. Oh shit, I gotta show y'all this real quick. This is crazy. These are like harem pants. Okay, check this out. Oh shit, I just did the hammer time on a live stream. You know that I've had alcohol when that happened. Hammer time. Every time you see me, the hammer is so hype. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Mike. This is my thoughts, this is my feelings about Michael Jackson. Mike had purchased Sony from had 50% of Sony. He had the Beatles, and him and Prince, even though they were always in competition with each other, they both were fighting for artists as masters. Because if the artist had their masters, it would produce generational wealth for these rappers. Can you imagine? You imagine. Michael was so smart, and this is something that I heard. Michael, we talk about the Beatles, him purchasing the Beatles albums. Mike was so fucking genius. He was buying elevator music. He was buying jingles. So all the elevator music, he was buying all that shit up. He was taking the rights to all of that. Shit that you hear all the time, he was buying it. Like, it's goddamn genius. And so, at the time, think about this, because he died 15 years ago, right? 16 years ago. I think it was like 16 years ago. So the point is, he died. Yeah, yep. J-Rock, shout out to you. He said Mike had the Beatles catalog as well as Elvis Presley. So now this dude is buying these catalogs of these people that are going to live in infamy for a long time, right? Or at least until these damn boomers die out, right? But he was buying the elevator music. He was buying jingles. He was You're right, bro. You're right. You're right. Prince talked about artists' rights. Sorry, we have a public alert on the phone. 5'5", 130-pound, white hair, brown eyes, hat, T-shirt. Did he say 75-year-old? All right. We have some type of alert on the phone about somebody. I don't know about being a missing person or whatever, but sorry about that. So the point is, this would undo the monopoly that the record companies have, because they stock the generational wealth off of the work of the artist. Right? You got TLC put out Scrubs, right? That album, the Red Light Special album, right? It was y'all know that album. You know, they were broke after putting out that, after they did all those tours. Now, if they had the masters to Red Light Special, they wouldn't be poor. They wouldn't be broke. They wouldn't be scraping by. They barely made $100,000. That's nothing. I say it's nothing, but I'm saying it's nothing for as popular as those songs are. We still hear Scrubs to this goddamn day. We still hear Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. They don't make a lot of money off of that shit, but they own the masters that make a lot. Hey, V, shout out to you. You say, yo, your last video was off the chain, brother. Thank you so much, man. I really was trying to get that message out. Howdy. H-Town is in the house. Why is it a black patriarchy? I hear you, man. In all seriousness, TSG, brother, bro, homie, it's just plain crazy that these modern kids can't read. Yep, exactly. He was also on the verge of owning Marvel. Oh. Ooh. That's deep, J-Rock. If he had owned Sony with all these movies that came out and Marvel, and he would have combined, and oh man, yeah, they couldn't let him have that. Mike had too much influence, too much power. And then I don't want to go too deep because it's not the intent of this channel, but we always come back to Mike touching kids and wanting to harm kids. And I look back at these interviews now, and yeah, Mike had some oddities, but now knowing that there's this whole worldwide ring of rich people touching fucking kids, it makes more sense that Mike found out about it. Mike made a song that pissed off the people that knew about it, had to apologize about it, and then he was getting death threats ever since then. They were trying to kneecap him without taking him completely out. And then I just think there was a point where he became too powerful. You can't own half of Sony. You can't own the Beatles. You can't own Elvis Presley. You can't own these jingles. You can't be talking about taking over Marvel and all this shit. And you're not a threat. Because Prince was more of a quiet threat. These dudes were highly influential. And it would have changed the music industry. And think about where we're at now with the music. There's not one positive fucking song on the radio. At least not when it comes to rap. I haven't heard. I haven't heard of a fucking new R&B song. And what is the latest R&B song? There might be, and I don't know. Maybe the what's the dude name? The Weeknd, maybe, but I don't know if I call it R&B. I mean, maybe it is. That's the closest thing I can think of is The Weeknd. Yes, V. Shout out to V for this one. Let's put that up. Cosby was going to buy NBC. Now, it's funny when you bring up Cosby, it was like, ugh. And it's like, okay, sure. But ain't it funny? Cosby has gone down. Like, listen, all these people, they're all going down. They all look like this. Yet, we know that there's high-profile people that have touched these goddamn kids. I've heard an audio recording from the files. The crying of the kids in the fucking audio file I heard was so blood curdling. I didn't sleep for fucking 5 days. But nothing is happening to those people. Happens to us. Don't happen to them. That's just an observation. It's not me trying to start no shit. It's just an observation. And if you pull that string, if you start to fucking go down that rabbit hole and go down into the matrix, you will know that I am correct. There is a pastor that got busted for doing some stuff that was really bad. He was supposed to go away for a long time. You know, his sentence got reduced to like months. Months. Yet, people that look like this, they going away for years. They got to fight till they have to fight it until they have no more money. Because with no more money, you can have no more trouble. How many of y'all in here, and I'm saying this rhetorically, I know y'all know what I'm about to say. How many of y'all have seen the movie? I'm about to take a sip because I'm not insulting anybody. I'm doing it more for comedy relief. How many of y'all have seen the movie Coming to America? Everybody raise your hands. Raise your hands. I know y'all have seen Coming to America. There was a part in Coming to America, okay, where Simi had decided to, he's like, go fix up, sorry, Akeem, played by Eddie Murphy, told him, well, if you want to fix the department, go fix the department. Except that Simi took a bunch of money and decked out this place. Now, they were supposed to be poor goat herders. And Simi had overdone this apartment with all kind of fancy shit, fucking hot tub, lights, goddamn 2-deck Walkman radio. You knew you was balling when your radio had 2 tape decks on the motherfucker. You knew. Okay? You had those Sony speakers that was all big and shit that was in the living room. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? Had the 2 decks and the turntable on it and the little EQ you can do. Don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about up in here. Okay? I'm not the oldest person up in here. Okay? I'm not. I'm actually probably the young of the old people up in here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. What did I bring all that up to say is that Akeem said, look what you've done. You're going to ruin things with Lisa. What did he say? If you have no more money, you can cause no more problems. So what did he do? He took that fat wad of money that Simi had, put it in a goddamn bag. He said, if you have no more money, you can cause no more problems. Y'all remember that? Am I the only one that remembers that? Am I the only one here that remembers what he said? I bring that up because that is the exact same thing that they do to these people who are trying to reach further than they want them to. They have knocked all of them down and reminded them, you don't run shit. We allow you to acquire this in our system because we need a few of y'all around. But when you start aspiring too much, we don't really want you to have that much. We don't need people to believe that they could be you. We need them just a little bit, but not so much that you can actually change people's lives. That's why Oprah don't do shit for nobody. So what they do is they run them through the court system, If you have no more money, you can cause no more problems. Listen, man, it's not hard to connect these dots. It's not hard to see that all of this shit, even the stuff that we dealing with these modern women, it's all connected. You think all this would be happening if they didn't want to? Let me put y'all on some game. If they wanted to get rid of the ability of these women to be able to take men for everything they got, to hold kids away, all of this shit, you think that these people who have the worst secrets in the world, who are willing to compromise themselves for touching, fucking doing inappropriate acts, if they wanted to stop all that shit, they could. But they don't. And they won't. And they haven't. And they're not going to do it. You know why? Because they make money off of all of this shit. And it holds so many people down and so many people back. It holds so many people in a place of poverty, of financial ruin, of a low vibrational state. Think about these good men who can't be with their kids and they're fucking dying on the inside. And you never really recover from it fully. Oh, yeah, you might look well on the outside. You might aspire and get a few things. But part of that man is dead. Ladies, I need you to hear. If any ladies listening, you take a man's kid away from him, you killed that man. And I know someone will be like, good, I should want to. You're part of the problem. You are fucking part of the system. You are the part of the system that they don't have to do shit about because you're going to take care of it for them. You're going to keep when what I've said, right? One of y'all asked me about Tila Moore said, do you think it's going to get better or is it going to get worse before it gets better? It's going to get worse before it gets better. Because you have a bunch of narcissistic ass people that would. Joker was willing to see the world burn. I mean, yeah, he's fucking crazy. But there was part of him. There's a theory that the Joker, specifically in the Dark Knight trilogy, he was the good guy. Because he saw the rot in the system. And he was willing to watch the world burn to uncover the rot in the system. And he probably went through it himself and he just was like, I'm fucking done. Notice Batman, the billionaire, we see him as the good guy protecting Gotham. Yet Batman was fighting essentially to preserve the system that was fucking over the people. Did I get a little deep on that one? Did I get a little deep on that one? Did I mess up? Y'all, people who like Batman, did I fuck y'all up? So, just saying. Let me catch this one. Look how Terry Crews' career fell off after he spoke out. 50 Cent took his place in the movie Expendables. Oh, yeah. Shit. Yeah, I didn't even see that one. T. Lamore says, dude, that was deep. Well, there's also another phrase that came from that Batman trilogy that stands out in my head. And that phrase that stands out, let me make sure I say it correctly. Hold on, give me a second. I know I'm quoting this wrong, but gotcha. So Harvey Dent in the Batman trilogy, he said a quote, he says, "You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain." That's deep. You die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. When you live in a system that is unfair and unjust, you just pass away in obscurity. You can either be a hero to your people or you'll be bitter enough to become the villain. And that quote, even though it's from a movie, kind of explains society. It's all about stepping up. V says the American Western system is okay for a mother to emotionally abuse her children when she can delete them. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. It's set up that way. They should have made some type of clause for some type of deal to get money from the songs they made. Yeah, we got to understand. Think about the people that they go to get these songs. Think about how monopolies work. Monopolies work so that you have no way to do it on your own. And then a lot of these people need the money. So they front you the money, right? You go on tour, you do all these things. They're paying for all this stuff. Perfect example. How many of y'all seen the 5 Heartbeats? I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence. Think about the 5 Heartbeats. They went to every other record place. It was there was only so many record companies that had a foothold to get you famous. And that's kind of what was impressive about Motown, because it was Black people backing that made it popular. Hey, we may not get the mainstream, but we definitely got this money-making machine, which is the Black community. That's why we don't own shit no more. That's why integration was so important, right? I'm not trying to totally knock it, but part of integration was, well, if we integrate, then they won't own their own. They won't aspire to own their own, and we'll be able to control the means of production again, even for their own shit, which is why Bill Cosby can't own NBC, and which is why Michael Jackson and Prince can't own their masters. When I say all this shit is connected, it's all connected. Okay? Hold on, I lost my train of thought. I want to catch it again because I was about to connect the dot. So, shit. Please don't lose my train of thought on that one. It was so good. I was about to connect it. About to connect the dot. Uh-oh. What just happened? Shout out Tony. What happened to my goddamn? What just happened? Do y'all see me on screen? Because I do not see myself. Let's do. All right. Damn, did I go out? That's crazy. Y'all see me? Let me type something real quick. Okay. God dang. Look at this shit. I've been talking about all of this stuff and my computer just shit itself. Huh. That's interesting. Maybe I'm not supposed to be talking about this stuff. Oh, I don't know. It's crazy. My whole screen went out. I had to refresh this whole broadcast just to that's crazy. So yeah. You know what's a good thing that reset though? Shaun in the Matrix, yeah. Something refreshed itself. The same cat, but it walked by again. I'm gonna say this last thing because I remembered it is a sign. Tony, man, it is a sign, bro. I was on to something, bro, but I'm gonna finish off this live stream by telling y'all the analogy. So in the 5 heartbeats, they went to all those different record companies and noticed that none of the record companies was going to deal with them fairly, but they want to get published so they can actually make money. Who did they end up with? They ended with Big Red Records. And on the surface, it seems good. Like, oh, Big Red, Jim May, Big Red, Jim May. Then what did you see? They shook hands like, oh, we'll talk about it later. You know, I'm sure whatever your lawyer comes up with, I'll have run it by my secretary. She'll make the changes. But do we have a deal, Jimmy? Y'all remember that part? Oh, I'm good with my movies. Okay. The movies that I love, I'm good with it. I'm surgical with this shit. The point I was trying to make about the Big Red thing, think about what happened. They were poor. They were looking for the come up. And then you start saying dun 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 dun. You remember that? And then what happened? You started seeing their life change. They went on the chicken circuit and the chitlin circuit, and then they started coming up. I got nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love for you, baby. So think about it. Now they're driving in new cars. They got the family, a big ass home. Now, y'all remember all that. Now they're starting to get big. The 5 heartbeats. Now, when shit started going bad, I want y'all to think about this. I'm getting to a point. Please do not leave before you get this point. When shit started going bad, and Jimmy was saying, hey, man, you robbing my boys. I'm not going to let you take the 5 heartbeats from me. Well, Jimmy, you know, they still got to pay me for the clothes and the cars, and they got to pay me for all the stuff that we put up for them. So why don't you just step aside and allow me to have the 5 heartbeats? Y'all remember that part? So you have your artist, and they're making all these songs. They're doing all the shows, but they're in debt to the record labels. That's why TLC would arguably one of the best albums or some of the best songs in the past 30, almost 40 years, they're broke. They were broke. And that's the I want to be careful what I say because I want this shit to get shut off again. Slavery is embedded in all of the American systems. For artists, for actors, for people who work for the system. It's all embedded in there. You're trapped. Hell, we get trapped in these 9 to 5s. It's all baked in the system. And this is what the Joker was trying to talk about in the Dark Knight trilogy. Yo, you think you better than me, and you think that, I might come off crazy to you, but isn't it more crazy to get up every day, go to a 9 to 5, come home to a family that barely sees you and barely loves you, and you do that for 30, 40 years with the dignity that you can die sitting on your couch, shitting on yourself with no health care, and you die because you can't afford to take care of yourself. You've wasted the best years of your life to fucking die in your home on the couch, barely able to move, aching in pain, always got to see a doctor, taking a lot of pills. Just saying, man. So this was all by design. Everything that we're going through right now with all this shit was by design. One of the things that I learned when I was in therapy was, or not therapy, I would get panic attacks, anxiety attacks. Anxiety attacks weren't bad. I mean, they were bad, but panic attacks used to leave me paralyzed where I can't move. I thought it was heart attack I was having, but it was panic attacks. And how I got through having those is a simple mantra of the mind. A lot of times I would get the panic attacks that would make me feel like I'm having a heart attack because I would try to think on some shit that I could not control that was in the future. So what I would do, how I got through it, was reminding myself that I can't do shit about the future right now. And I can't change the past, but I can deal with the now. I can learn from the past. I can plan for the future, but I have to live in the now. And even to this day, when this shit gets stressful doing YouTube and dealing with the shit with my family, I often have to remind myself to live in the present. And that was what's so beautiful about last weekend, is I got to get away from this fucking place. I had all the videos ready before I left, so I had no stress. And I got to just fucking be Shaun without thinking about YouTube and not answering comments and I didn't even look at YouTube the whole fucking 4-5 days. I was 4-5 days or something. I didn't even look at it. And I'm not just putting this on YouTube. I'm saying just other things too. I'm telling y'all this because it goes back to what I'm saying about the thing that you can control is you. So when you watch my videos, don't get upset. Don't get mad at these women. Don't get... Oh, I forgot. I lost the whole fucking... My bad. I lost the whole stream, but... Yeah, there you go. When you watch the videos, don't get mad. Don't click out of it. Stop being mad about what they're saying. If anything, they're telling you the game. This shit is hilarious. Look. This shit is hilarious.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
Why is that so?
Because they're bum bitches. They're broke, no ambition, don't know how to treat a woman. I'm bougie.
Oh, okay. Maybe he can...
You bougie? Ma'am, Your titties is sweating. Your titties is sweating, man. That's why I say, man, don't get mad at this shit. Just laugh at it, man. Seriously. Brick in the wall. We could go down some interesting topics. Just depends if you and the loyal subscribers are ready for it. Man, look, I'm always ready. Creaseman says, bro, there must be something in the water or the food because that's happening to a lot of people. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let me get her off the screen. TLC said after everything was done, they walked away with $500,000 each after bills broke. Yeah. Yeah. How does that happen? How do you have arguably one of the most memorable songs? They probably won something from it. Let's see. Did they win an award for that? Hold on 1 second. Doing some research. So I'm going to put this up on the screen. Check this out. This right here. I can't move that? I guess not. This says, let's do it this way. This says TLC wins for their albums. TLC has won multiple Grammy Awards for their albums, cementing their legacy in R&B and pop music. They got Grammy Awards for Crazy, Sexy, Cool. That's the Red album. Won Best R&B Album. They got 2000 Fan Mail. They got Album of the Year. Crazy, Sexy, Cool also won Best R&B Performance by a duo or group with vocals with Creep. Fan Mail, they won the Best R&B Performance by a duo or group with vocals. They won Best R&B Song, No Scrubs. Other honors, Billboard Music Awards and TLC 95. They won Artist of the Year, Top R&B Artist, and Top R&B Single for Creep. Soul Train Music Awards. They won multiple awards for Crazy, Sexy, Cool, and Fan Mail, including Best R&B and Soul and Best R&B Singles. In total, TLC albums have earned 5 Grammy Awards and numerous other industry recognitions, making them one of the most awarded R&B acts in history. How do they go broke? What I mean broke is not them spending money. How is it that they didn't get any money? And you can say, well, they just signed a bad contract. And maybe they did. But think about how they get us. You just see fame. They tell you about the money you're going to potentially make. And so you sign a contract because you don't know any better. Just like these damn athletes. They don't know any better. They sign this money and then they end up doing dumb shit. Here in Vegas, you have Henry Ruggs. If anybody know football, this dude was an excellent fucking wide receiver. Probably about my height, probably about 220, ripped as fuck. And he drives around here like a fucking idiot and kills people when he crashes his fucking fast-ass car into theirs. And he goes to fucking jail. Life is ruined. I use that as an example just to say, it's like the military. Who gets recruited the most? It ain't these rich people fucking kids. It's us. It's the people that grew up poor. It's the people like me who said I would never go into the man's military, and then I ended up in the fucking man's military. Because as this old saying is, sometimes hard times make a monkey eat red pepper. Like, I'm just saying. Sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to get to where you got to be. And sometimes we get played when that happens. Yeah, J-Rock. Bill Cosby tried to buy CBS or NBC. He tried to buy NBC. I've been developing my minimalist lifestyle, zero waste living, and low and love the low drag, high speed benefits. Yep. I hear you. I remember the 5 Heartbeats and the Temptations. Absolutely. Definitely played Monopoly before. I was on Facebook and was in the discussion. I broke that shit down so cold on how Kells was done. Facebook deleted all my comments. Listen, they did Kells wrong too. I'm not saying that look, I'm not going to sit here and discuss his innocence or guilt, any of that. I'm just saying they got people that did worse than him, and they got a slap on the wrist. Okay? Just saying. It's not the same. It is not the same. Henry Ford came up with the 40-hour work week, so we spend more time making them money and less time not making them money. Yeah. Yeah. There, listen to Shaun, start moving right if you want to go down this side. I know, man. I know. I know I'm about to shock a lot of people when I say this, but R. Kelly has been lied on for 30 years. I get it. I'm going to say that with some of the stuff that's come out, with some of the stuff that's been coming out, when I see I'm not saying they don't have some culpability. I'm saying that you have a criminal element that is willing to get people's weaknesses to used against them later on. You understand what I mean? I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that to get to a certain point, it's almost like they got to get leverage on you. So that it can all be taken away. I find it interesting. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to touch the third rail. I'm about to touch the third rail. Damn, we had 3 hours. I'm about to touch the third rail, yo. Something y'all never see on my channel, I don't start any YouTube beefs. You know why? First of all, the people that start these beefs are younger than me. What the fuck I look like arguing with young ass dudes? Seriously, like, why am I going to start a YouTube beef? And the older dudes that started beef, you're fucking stupid. You're the elder statesman. What the fuck are you arguing with these young kids about? If y'all want to start YouTube beef so you can get some more views, likes, and clicks, that's your business. But it's stupid. You got some people that claim like, oh, I'm all about the community and this, that, and the third. And I get it. We all have our different levels of what we think about the community. But you have people that specifically talk about being about the community while being the people that's tearing down the people in the community instead of just shutting the fuck up. Now, listen, I'm not knocking people's hustle on that because a lot of people make money off of YouTube doing that. But what is my point? My point is that you use somebody's faults to tear them down, to make yourself rich. Is that not what they're doing to us? Is that not what they're doing to the community? This is why I don't get in YouTube beefs. Because even if I might say, yo, you was foul for that, that's different than I'm going to make fucking 100 videos talking about how fucked up you are or how much you messed up. So I'm going to get rich and I'm going to tear you down at the same time. I don't need to do that. See, I'm at the point in my life, I ain't got to tear somebody down to make my money in terms of like, I ain't got to tear another channel down. Because we all out here we're barely fucking making it. Some doing better than others and some doing worse than others. Some people hustle on YouTube for a decade and a half, and they're not even close to where I'm at. And they got people who just fucking lapped me multiple times, just came after me and lapped the shit out of me. Already got their gray plaque up there somewhere in the back. I ain't did none of that shit, but I ain't about to knock somebody's hustle. I ain't about to knock somebody's vision and what they want for their channel. But I will say, ain't nobody doing this to us. We fucking knocking each other down. We doing it to each other. Ain't nobody Ain't nobody worse of an enemy right now than ourselves. We're our own fucking worst enemy. The people that are supposed to be loyal to us is our worst enemy. So, but if I say that, I'm wrong. But again, I'm older than a lot of people that seen these fucking beefs. I ain't gonna fucking play these games with y'all. And I'm real with y'all. I told y'all, I'm not fucking perfect. I heard somebody put in the comments once, it's like, Shaun, I hope you all good because, you know, one day you gonna be fucking come down like, what the fuck? I tell y'all about me. My faults are out there on the fucking table. And the parts of my life I don't want you to know about is a reason I don't want you to fucking know about it. Because when you do YouTube for this long, you have to keep part of you to yourself. But generally, the way I behave, the way I talk, the way I act, things I've talked on, I ain't got to lie to kick it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm okay with that. I don't give a fuck. That's the authentic part about my channel. I am not the best orator. I'm not the best speaker. I'm not the best deliverer. I don't have the best videos. But I can tell you, I'm authentically being me. Period. You like it? You don't? Stuck at 56,000? All good. I'm not tripping, y'all. I'm not tripping at all. If anything, I am comfortable being me. I survived a fucking car accident where I ran my SUV into a fucking transporter bus, and I'm here right now to talk about it. What else you gonna tell me? What the fuck are you gonna tell me after that shit? When I had to walk around work with all these other fucking subs, knowing what the fuck I did, looking at me like I was a piece of shit. I'm talking about you can see the fucking everybody just fucking mad, pissed, confused, judging. I can't get any lower than that, y'all. I can't get any lower than that time in my life and my career. You know, through all that shit, nobody asked me. Everybody was like, oh, where the fuck you all fucked up? You know what no one really realized? You know what no one really said to me? Man, you know what? Man, you was going through it hard. You were going through a second divorce. Your kids got taken away from the island. All your friends that you had in your fucking marriage, nobody's talking to you. You are fucking alone. You got a boss who's a piece of shit that nobody knew all the shit that was going on in my life at the time, right? To make me not think rationally in that moment, to not think rationally in that part of my life. Nobody gave a fuck. I'm a dude. Nobody cares about us. Nobody even asked that question, even though they knew. I had somebody who knew everything that was, this is me in the Chiefs quarters, right? This is me with my other chief. These supposed to be your brothers. As a chief, you're brothers. They beat this shit into your head. These are your brothers. Okay, y'all my brothers, huh? After I got in my car accident, one of my brothers, I thought we was tight. You know, this motherfucker came up to me. He said, man, I just wish you had came and talked to me. I wish you had told me. No, he said, I wish you had told me everything going on with you. Every fucking body on a submarine knows what's going on with every fucking body. You telling me y'all didn't know my wife left me? Or that we split up? I said she left me, but that we split up? You telling me you didn't know that shit? You telling me you didn't know that my kids had left the island? I had to move out of housing? You telling me you didn't know that? Why am I telling y'all all this? I'm telling y'all this because, again, what am I fucking hiding? What I got to hide? Again, Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. And I didn't have time to wait for other people to care. I had to fucking figure out my shit and get my own shit together. So these people that's having these fucking beefs and, oh, Shaun, you better not. What are you going to fucking expose? I've been to my lowest point in my fucking life and I survived it. Nobody was there for me when I had to get through it. I had to fucking do it alone. So I hope whatever you all have going on for yourselves, whatever is going on in your life, first of all, you got TSG Uncut, man. This is where we fucking share stories. In the comments, y'all tell me y'all stories all the time. Y'all tell me y'all successes and y'all failures. And you tell me, all the good things going on for y'all. And man, I'm glad I found a good woman. And I'm like, I clap it up for y'all. You know why? Because I genuinely wanted TSG Uncut to be a place where men could share these stories and say, man, this is fucked up what's happening with these kids. Man, I went through this with my daughter, or I went through this. I had a stepson and I had a stepdaughter, and I had, man, when y'all share those stories down in the comments, for all the negative comments you might get about that, there is someone that reads that and say, man, thank you. I needed that shit. I needed to know that I'm not alone. I'm not alone. That's what this is all about. Oh, Shaun said he made that mistake. Yeah, don't do that shit. No, don't do that shit. Don't do what I did. And that's a win. If you learn with him, I ain't gonna do what Shaun did. That's a win. You got to be true to yourself or you will be miserable. Absolutely. Tony says, I love that, V. We need more positive role models. I have lots to say, lots of things to say. I guess I missed V's comment. That jumped on me. Hold on. Preston says, broke women call him men broke. The M and F and irony. So many people are a slave to the algorithm. I want to have a positive agenda focus on building up men and young boys. V, let's talk about that real quick. And then Tony says, I love that. Yeah. Tony, I'm going to get to your story in a second. Just give me a second. Let me bring up what V just said. Let's be real about something. The algorithm is kicking people's ass right now. You got to understand the landscape of YouTube. If I pull up my phone and I showed you YouTube right now, the first thing you're going to see, maybe a video at the top, and then you're going to see nothing but shorts. Shorts. Then a video. Shorts, video. So right now, your favorite content creators are not being seen. You got to go to the subscription page, and then you got to find them there. And maybe they might pop up there. Okay, if you're on your phone. If you're on the TV, you might have to do something similar, right? I only watch certain things on TV when it comes to YouTube, right? Like when the NBA finals or NFL replay, I watch all that shit on the big screen TV, okay? All of the content that I look at for inspiration, for knowledge, all that stuff, I just do it on my phone. Because most of the time is my speaker around? I usually have a pill speaker and I'll connect my phone to it and then I play it and I just walk around the house, clean, do what I got to do. I try to make my videos such that, especially my live streams, I try to make my live streams that if you're cleaning up around the house, you can just turn it on, just listen. I'm cognizant of that, and that's kind of why my style is the way it is. Because I don't think of it in terms of you watching at home. I think of it in terms of, hey, you put it on and you go clean up around the house or you go do some work or whatever. I think about it like that too. But the algorithm right now, we're fighting against AI channels. We're fighting against YouTube's homepage. We're fighting against, YouTube just don't want to show your videos. If your video sounds like 5 other videos that talked about the same subject, if you don't come with nothing new, then they might suppress your video. There's so much going on right now. So in terms of TSG's algorithm, one of the things that used to be a problem on this channel is that every time I tried to talk about positive or empowering messages, or especially ones that deal with male empowerment, they don't do well. And if you all don't watch the videos, you all might watch it, but you got to think that everybody who's watching this right now is a small percentage of the total subscribers. And because of that, if y'all don't watch the video on how our kids are going through it right now, or how men are going through it, like Monday's video is a combination of some things, but it's going to be a number of men expressing certain things. I want those stories out there. But if you title it a certain way, y'all not going to watch it. Y'all going to be like, I don't care about that shit. Some of y'all don't have to worry about kids. So if I say something about kids, but it ties into the larger problem with us men, you're not going to click on it. Because you're like, I ain't got no fucking kids. Why I got to worry about that? You do. You do. So this is why it's hard for some people to talk about certain topics, because they get suppressed in the algorithm. They get pushed down. I promise to y'all that I'm still going to make these videos. But what I've learned is I can't make them every week. You know, I can't make back-to-back, videos on certain things, because it's so hard. Once your algorithm dips, it's almost like it's so hard to get the momentum back up again, So I put out a video about these positive couples. I thought that video was going to do better. I told y'all about it. It did. It did. I didn't do great. The people that watched it loved it, but it didn't have enough draw to make it a good video. So these are the kind of things that we got to deal with here. But I will never stop making these videos that expose things that we need to talk about, even at the expense of the views. I just don't put them out every week. I smartly wait until after like a good momentum boost, and then I put those videos out, because that's the best way to do it. So, woo. Let's talk about that, V, real quick. I'm sorry I'm missing some of y'all comments, but almost half are DA on men. Let's talk about this real quick. This. If I put out a video talking about this, do you know men don't click on this? We should be talking about this, but you know why we can't talk about this? Because there's not enough interest. And I'm not going to say there's not enough interest. I think that this is a shameful topic for men to listen to. It's hard to listen to as a man, that other men are going through this. Do we need to talk about it? Absolutely. You know how I have to talk about it? I have to use tonight's topic. I'm going to show y'all behind the scenes real quick. So this was my folder for tonight with my clips, right? I have to come up with tonight's topic, and then I have to put the stuff I want to talk about on this inside of that video. Does that make sense? So your favorite content creators, I envy the channels that they can make a bad video, and their bad video gets 10,000 views, 20,000, 30,000. Their bad videos get, tens of thousands of views. Their good video gets hundreds of thousands of views in a day, 2 days. And I know that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of trust. But even those videos, those content creators aren't getting as many views as they used to. Everybody's going through it. But yeah, it's growing has been tough right now. And maybe that's me. But again, I've been putting in a lot of effort to make these videos stand out. He says, I found out how many men really simp in Henpeck, men go through my divorce as well. Yeah, there's a lot of dudes going through it. Men's Haven, men's resource to help men and fathers with physical and emotional needed. Shout out to that. Y'all check that out if you need it. Haven for men, right? That's the industry for you. All right. Oh, let me catch a couple more of these. Tony said, sorry, Tony, let me get to you. He said, I survived crashing in my semi in a 45-foot drop. I'm here, bro. Don't care what they say. We are here. No one cares. God got us. Can't nobody, Tony, thank you so much for sharing your story. When you've been through something like that, can't nobody tell you, I'm not going to say nobody can tell you nothing. I mean, if you appreciate that you hear still, you just move differently. You look at things a little bit differently than people that don't appreciate the gravity of I'm still here. So trust me, I can relate to that. You can't control the past, only the future and the now. Yeah. Yeah. I listen to you because you sound like a younger me, just bigger and taller. Yeah, man. It's funny looking at my son and I look at him and I'm like, damn, he's like a younger me, you know? Or you listen to your kids, my adult kids, and I'm hearing them and I'm like, why don't y'all just listen to me? I already been through all this shit for y'all. You know what I mean? I've been through this shit so you don't have to go through it, man. I heard AI is now in the comments censoring ideas. I can see that. I don't know for certain on that, but I can see that. December of this year's males 18 to 25 will automatically sign up for the draft. Yeah, I forgot about that shit. Listen, I want to expand this channel. I'm a bingo, yeah. I want to expand this channel. I'm not saying that we're not going to talk about these same topics, but when that becomes a story about the draft and stuff like that, this channel has to evolve enough for me to be able to put this out and the gents watch it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it affects us. It's going to affect our young men. It's going to affect different things, potentially, especially if this war continues to go on. But here's the thing. When I put out a video talking about the draft and talking about the young men affected and the things going on, it needs to get out there, but it won't get out there if the gents don't watch the videos. If y'all don't support, if you don't leave a comment, a like, if you don't share it, if you don't hype it up. I want to be able to talk about those things because those are men's issues. And my goal will eventually be I should be able to introduce those men's issues on this channel and we have a discussion about it. Good, bad, ugly. I should be able to post those type of videos and they get support on this channel. That's the only way we grow, gents. That is the only way that we grow. All right? All right, it's getting late, y'all. Thank you all for rocking with me. I will have a new video out Monday. Make sure y'all check out the last video I did. I felt it was a deep video and one of my best videos. And again, we'll explore this topic a little. We'll explore the topic of, let me see something real quick. Hold on. I want to show y'all something. For y'all that rocked with me this long, let me show y'all something. Shit, where is it? Where is my video? Oh, shit. 1 second. Oh, damn it. The video that I had. Oh, there it is. Oh, shit. It wasn't in the folder. The video I was basing my video off of wasn't there. All right. No, it's not a sign. It's good. We're good. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. I'm going to give, since y'all have been loyal, been here for all this time, supporting, I'm just going to give y'all a few seconds of the upcoming video. Again, my video idea is based off what this young man says. Check it out. Since y'all here, I'm just giving y'all a little taste.
I'm not really attracted to women right now. And before you spam up, you're gay, never been gay, never will be. I'm not attracted to the ego in the majority of women.
All right, it's not that long of a video, so I don't want to give y'all everything. But my point being is, this video stood out to me when I downloaded it because this is a young man. And this young man here is like, I am not attracted to women like that. And when he said, look, I like women. I'm attracted. I'm not gay or nothing like that. But I'm just not attracted to these egos, the behavior, the attitude. And this stood out to me because I read y'all comments and y'all saying the goddamn same thing. Y'all like, I'm not attracted to these women out here, man. It leaves a lot to be desired that they're not attractive. And that stood out to me so much. I was like, I got more clips that we need to talk about this. Because this is the way young men are feeling. But it's not just young men. Men in general are relating to this young man. So this clip made me put together the other clips, the other 14 other clips that I got on this topic that I want to present to y'all on Monday. So anyway, we have a lot to discuss, man. Seriously. Peacekeeper. Thank you, Crease, man. Appreciate you. Tony said that's a sign. What time on Friday are you on, Shaun? Normally we do these live streams on Wednesday. So this was a very rare night. Fridays, I just put out the videos usually in the afternoon going into the weekend. This is a Friday night jam session. And so this is where, we have a little drink or two, sit here and talk. That's why the live stream is like 3.5 hours right now, because it's just us chilling. So normally Wednesdays, I put it out about the same time, about 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. That's normally the live stream day, right? And then I try to do these, I'd like to try to do these once a month, the Friday night jam session. But the next Friday night jam session, my son is going to be coming into town in the next couple of weeks, and he's going to be here for a little bit. So we probably won't have the next Friday night jam session until more toward the end of July, beginning, not middle, end of July, something like that. I told you that I turned it down now. Yeah, exactly. So you said that earlier, and you didn't even know about the clip that I'm building my video off of, because I hear it all the time now. And I think it's important that we discuss it. Is that important? All right, y'all, I got to get up out of here, man. I need some food. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. And until next time, live your best life.